Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Pictures actually.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Callum's at Edinburgh and Katie's still at Warren.
Champion.
What? He was at Oxford.
Yeah,
For a while. Is he still at Oxford? Is he?
Fifth anniversary, Tony.
And were you here for the first one, Paul?
I don't think I was. I was trying to remember it. I was still swimming at that time, only just. but I don't think I remember being here for that very first one. I've been here a few times since then. What about yourself?
No, I definitely wasn't here for the first one. No, we were speaking to our colleague Duncan McKinnell, and he was here. He remembers doing this very activity 25 years ago, so it's a long time, but well done to the meet for carrying on for 25 years. And here we have up on the screen this morning's swimming, so the first of 3 days. And it's a busy schedule. You've got to pack in a full schedule into 3 days, which means each of the sessions pretty full. And we're going to kick off with the 1500 for the Male and Open 1500. We've seen some great swims in this pool in that event historically. And then on to the women's 100 female 100 backstroke. We've got Kathleen Dawson swimming in that one. Danielle Hill from Ireland. Cracking swimmers on the cusp of Olympic year this year. Into the male and open 100 backstroke. Oliver Morgan has been swimming fantastically well recently. Scott Gibson, Jack Short, a really strong contingent up from Ireland.
Yeah, there
from
is,
Ireland
yeah.
this year.
Quite a few top names from Ireland, top times they've posted here, so they could pose a threat, the Irish team.
Really come on in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got a great setup there, so it's
of course
great to have him.
World title for Danielle Whiffen at the recent World Championships, and also a world title winner was Laura Stevens. We just saw her pass us.
We did.
And about 5 minutes ago, going down to the changing rooms, and
she'll be swimming in that event this morning.
200 fly this morning, so watch out for the world champ. And the female 200 butterfly. 200 freestyle is always a good one, isn't it?
It's going to be great. We've got a great lineup. Duncan Scott, Olympic gold medalist, Jack McMillan, and Joe Litchfield. He's been swimming very well recently across the event, so he's in for his 200 freestyle, so that looks like a good one.
Yeah, Ireland well represented in the 50 freestyle for women as well. Danielle Hill will lead the way in terms of time, in terms of qualification for the sprint event, for the freestyle, for the females, and the men's 50 fly. It's always an exciting one. Of course, they don't go to traditional finals tonight, so we've got skins events in the finals tonight for the 50 events, so that'll be exciting.
All very exciting. Some great swimmers in there. We've got good contingents over from the Netherlands. It is an international meet, and we've got countries well from across the globe represented. From Brazil to Belgium.
Well, we see the flags. We'll have to go over the flags at one point. We've got 1500 first up. Maybe that's our task here.
Indeed. So other events this morning, we've got the female 400 freestyle, got the male and open 200 breaststroke. James Welby coming in on that one, going for his. How many Olympics has James Welby competed at? This will be his third maybe?
Yeah, it must be third, I would think.
At least his third, if not his fourth.
He was a relative late. I mean, he wasn't a youngster, wasn't he? Then when he came through, probably around about. Was it around about Rio? Yeah, around about Rio time. Very successful in Commonwealth Games, of course. James Welby, last couple of Commonwealth Games, being the Commonwealth champion. And the 200 breaststroke's probably been his speciality, with, of course, Adam Peaty dominating the 100 event, of course. And it's a bit unfortunate for James Welby to be around at the same time as the great Adam Peaty, isn't it?
Indeed. But he's had some great successes in his own right. So and then finishing off with the female 100 breaststroke, Cara Hanlon and Harrod Evans and Anna Morgan, all Scotland-based swimmers there, and finishing off with the male and open 200 IM, and Duncan Scott in the pool again. So it's a really fantastic lineup this morning. We're going to kick off with the 1500. We've got 2 heats of this morning, and then we'll have the fastest heat will be swum this evening in the final session. So they're at 5:30. We've got this morning session now. We'll have an afternoon session at 12:30. So the fastest heats are in the morning. We'll then have the remaining heats of all these same events in the afternoon session, and in the finals they come up at 5:30. And in those finals we have what we're calling super finals, B finals,
super finals,
and youth finals. So let's hope they are super. Other than the 1500, where we just have an 800s, where we just have the fastest heat. So full day of swimming, and this is the first of 3. Some fantastic races on the cards. And as I say, we've got the 1500 male and open going first. Everyone's ready. In this one we have 5 swimmers. We've got Hayden Sterling from St Thomas in 2, Connor Aspinall, youngster from East Lothian in 3, West Lothian's Callum Sinclair in 4. Panos Angelakis, West Lothian in 5. And Jamie Kilchrist, East Kilbride swimmer, in lane 6.
Yeah, entry times to these ones just over the 17-minute mark, so we'll keep an eye on the split, see if anyone can challenge those 17 minutes. 17:05.50 for Callum Sinclair in the centre of those 5 swimmers, 17-year-olds, and down to 17:23 for Hayden Sterling, who goes in lane number 2. So that's closest to us as we are looking at the picture. Lane 1 is the near side lane, and lane 8 right at the top. So it's the slowest qualifier, Hayden Sterling. And slowest entry time, 17:23 from St Thomas, who leads them out. But as I said, 17 minutes of swimming for us to enjoy on this first heat.
Did you ever do 1500s when you were swimming?
I didn't really compete. I mean, I was obviously a para-athlete, and the highest they went in the pool was 400. So that was the kind of things that we concentrated on.
Yeah.
But we did some in training.
Yeah.
And I think I did an 800 in competition, but that was about as high as it went.
Yeah.
But I would have liked the 1500. I would have liked to have been the 50. They introduced it at the World Championships, Para World Championships swimming, but it was after my time, unfortunately.
You got away with that one then.
Yeah, I would have liked it.
No,
I like a 1500.
Well, I think they are horrible events. You know when you get in whether it's going to be a good one or a bad one, and if you think it's going to be a bad one, you've got another 17 minutes of absolute hell.
I didn't really have the physique of the sprinter, so the wiry look was good for me in the distance events. You know, I could outlast.
I'm feeling regret in your voice.
I did. If only. I was born too soon.
Too soon. Before your time.
Yeah, exactly.
Still Hayden, and out there in lanes 3 and 4 and 5. Sorry, we have Callum Sinclair, West Lothian swimmer, and Panos Angelikis. The youngster in here, Connor Aspinall. He is the fastest qualifier. Sorry, one of the fastest qualifiers. He's 15-year-old from East Lothian. He's a youth academy member. He won this event at the Scottish Summer Meet last April. Did Connor. So let's see if he can keep that pace going. He's currently trailing the others, but he's see how he's pacing.
I reckon we're having some difficulties with the scoreboard in the venue there, but
we're all
here
right
we are. We're back now. We're coming back now.
Just
so I reckon they were about 2:11 or something like that at the 200 mark, we think. So we'll just keep an eye on the splits. Things beginning to get a little bit stretched out now. There's a swimmer in lane 5. Just begins to get a little bit of a bid here. Panos Angelakis from East Lothian. There's 2 yellow lanes, of course. Will be a constant throughout the 3 days of competition. Lane 4 and lane 5, these middle lanes and the yellow lane markers. It's getting a little bit stretched out there. Panos 3:19, so we reckon that's maybe about 107, 108 there for that last 100, Tony.
Yep, so he's getting into that. He was a 108 round about that the 100 before, so this is maybe him got into his rhythm. He was a 33.94 in that last 50, so yeah, 68 seems about right. And this event's really important to find that rhythm early doors and stick to it and hope that you've not set it too high, because that can cause a lot of pain later on down the event. So 34.14. So, and you do find, don't you, with these 1500s, remarkably, once they get into the rhythm, they're within 0.2, 0.3 every 50, which always amazes me on a 1500, that you can just get into that and they stick with it. Generally stick with it.
We'll keep an eye on the gaps as well, and it's quite good. You won't see it on the live stream, but in the venue, there's the each of the splits is coloured in a certain colour, isn't it? If you're red on the splits in the venue, you're slowing down. If you're green, you're getting a little bit faster on each of the sprints. I think if you're yellow, I think you're exactly the same. It's remarkable how many it does quite often. But I've got Hayden Sterling and Connor Aspinall are the ones that are improving their times. The other 3 are getting slower. but it's just marginal, isn't it, at this stage?
Giving away the tricks of our trade there.
We are, yeah. Oh, sorry.
And on that one, we had two swimmers with exactly the same split.
Yeah, that's right.
In the previous heat, 35
well spotted, Tony. There you go, 34.82 for Angelikis. It's gone along nicely, around about half a second faster, so he's increasing his lead. The other swimmers all in the 35-second range, but Angelikis in the 34-second range. So you can just see that gap beginning to open up. And for anyone, I think we're down to the 1/3 marker now, so it should give us a little bit of an idea.
It's not quite multiplied by 3, but it's not far off it.
Yeah, so what's that then, Tony? We'll do our maths now. That must be about 16. Oh, yeah, it'll be under 17.
So
Under
the high
17,
16s
yeah.
in the 1650s, if
That's
that's
good
the
going.
way it works through. So
I love these type of shots that we're
they
getting
are
here.
really good, aren't they?
Excellent work from our camera people.
And good for the swimmer, because he can go and watch that later on and
Yeah.
actually see really clear technique and where his hand's going in and stuff like that. So, and I think the live streaming is great, so people can watch it live clearly, but I think for the swimmers as well, it's a really helpful tool that they can go away and they will all sit on YouTube and they'll be watching their races, and not only just to see how good they swam, but actually look at their technique and understand what they were doing, whether they were doing what their coaches had talked about, etc. So it's a really helpful training aid, as well as it being great for the viewers to be able to watch what's going on in the pool as well.
Yeah, no, see as we come down to the 600 range, just check the splits for Angelikis. He was in the 34, he's in the 35s now,
Yeah,
35.70, just dropping off slightly.
Yeah, that was a 111. So he is, just as you can see on the screen, he's no longer by far the fastest in the pool. The others are, he's just maintaining that lead now. And it is pretty solid lead though. What's that, 10 metres? Maybe 10 metres? Yeah, just about 10 metres.
Yeah.
And they've got a good race for second now, and a good race for fourth and fifth. So there's these, Angelikis is out in his own in a way, and then the swimmers at either side of it, Hayden Sterling, who was the early leader, and James Gilchrist from East Kilbride. And we've got Connor and Callum Sinclair in the middle lanes. We've got an inverted triangle or arrow.
We have, yeah. It's just the leader that's kind of spoiling the pattern there, Angelikis. And he's just increasing the pace on the others in the field now, so he's extending that lead. It's going to be at the halfway stage, Tony, as they come up to 700 mark. They go up to the scoreboard end, which is at the opposite end as we're looking at now.
So it's another 110-ish. So he's just up the pace a wee bit on that one. And, so yeah, so he's definitely on track for getting under that 17 minutes, which would be a good barrier for him to get through. They shouldn't, but these milestone minutes and all these things, they do make a difference to people, don't they? It's a real good target to go for.
Yeah, of course, you don't... it's always good to break through these barriers as well.
So
of course, you don't know what tactics these swimmers are going to have now. We're at the halfway point now.
Yeah.
Just wonder if anyone's going to make a spurt. I mean, quite often in the 1500, you see people maybe, pick it up after every 500, for example. Maybe some people will go at halfway. Maybe we'll see some people making a move at 1,000 metres. But it's a long race. Tactic come into it.
Yeah.
You've got to do what's best for you. But I suppose there might be some people here. The coaches tell them to try some things different. It's a good chance to swim these 1500s on course, isn't it?
And it's not unusual to have negative splitting in a 1500. Of all the events, it's the one that's more likely to have a negative split, because you find your rhythm, you get to halfway and go, this is feeling good, and you kick on. And so that's just over 17. That's about 17.10 if he's going to do the same on the way back as he did on the way out. Still going to be a good swim. It's going to be on his entry. And also, I guess, for most of these swimmers, this meet will not be a tapered meet. They've got, for the older ones, you've got the Olympic trials coming up at the beginning of April. For the younger Scottish swimmers anyway, they've got their Scottish national age groups, which is coming up early mid-April. So those meets are only a month away. So This will be more likely a training event for a number of these swimmers, I would think. But for some, it will be part of a longer term schedule as well. So they'll all be in slightly different places. It's the last opportunity, I think, for a qualifying time for those trials in April. So for some people, where that is a target to get to, this could be a meet where they really need to do something if they want to swim at that meet in a month's time. So there's lots of different
I think that's right, the
things going on around about season management and where you are and what they're doing.
Entries close on Monday, I think, for those trials. You're right, It's about that the last opportunity for doing that.
And I think it's the first opportunity for the summer meets, so you have your British summer meets and your Scottish and your Welsh and your and this is the first of the entry window for those as well. So again, some people want to post times early to get themselves in the reckoning for those meets. So there's a whole bunch of different dynamics and things going on across a season. It's not just a meet in its own right. It sits in the middle of a big programme, and each swimmer will have a slightly different placing of that within their season programme.
And of course, it's you talk about the top guys there going for the Olympic trials. Paralympic trials as well are held in London as well at the same time. I think that's the first time there's been a dedicated trials for both Olympic and Paralympic. Paralympic and Olympic trials there have been Paralympic events at the Olympic trials before, but it's never been the only opportunity for the Paralympians to qualify for the Paralympics. So it's a bit of a first in London.
How do you think that will that have an impact on the swimmers and how they do it? Do you think they'll just take it in their stride in terms of?
No, I think so. I think everybody knows what the situation is, and it'll be a pressure environment for everyone, I think. But it should be great. London's great. I haven't been back since 2012.
Well,
it's the last time I was there in 2012 into the pool.
Very good. Reminiscing.
So, that's right.
But it is an amazing. I haven't visited it myself, but I'll hopefully be going down in April. And it looks like an amazing venue. Absolutely amazing venue. And interestingly, it's not used that often for swimming meets. This is the first time there's been a meet since the last, or a major national meet since the last Olympic trials, I think.
Oh, is it? Right. They had an international masters there at one point, didn't they?
But I think in terms of the national meets and things, normally at Sheffield, and I'm pretty sure it's not been at the London pool since the last Olympics. But so it will be a new experience for quite a lot of swimmers.
Yeah, it should be very exciting.
It will be, I'm sure.
Exciting.
So we're at the 1100
mark, and the lead hasn't changed too much, has it, as we've gone through? It's been that early lead from probably around about 400-500 metres, so it's not much of a gap has opened up between the leader.
It's up to 111s now, so he's still at 110, 111. So it's going to be around just maybe over his entry. With a strong swim. And it still looks like in lane 4 for that race for 4th and 5th. Callum Sinclair has just edged away from Conor Aspinall. I expect Conor will be one of these swimmers who snags will be probably his main target for this part of the season. So this will be a sort of swim through into that for him. He won that event last year, so he'll be looking to take it again this year, I am sure. But, still Angelica's up here as he turns with 300 to go.
Just keep an eye on the gap. Just going to see if anything's closing up. 13:57, I think. It's probably got this one under control, I think. 7 seconds. Doesn't look like it's closing up.
Although that was a second. Hayden was a second quicker than him in that last 50. So they all picked their pace up, but Hayden definitely picked. And Hayden was the early leader, so maybe he's kind of led for the first 100, and can he come back
to
lead when it matters? A long way to come back in a few metres.
7 seconds the gap, 6 lengths to go.
And he was a second quicker on the last 50. Exactly, so that would be a pretty excellent comeback if he manages it.
It's
a half a second up there, but I think it's still got a long way to go. But you never know.
Looks like he's secured second place at the moment. Hayden Sterling, Jamie Gilchrist just falling back. It's a great contest for fourth and fifth. Connor Aspinall and Callum Sinclair.
Just to the right of your screen, unfortunately, but you'll see it when they transition at the turn here. It'll come through. So 200 to go. Next time he turns at that wall, there'll be the beautiful sound of the bell.
It's over a second this time, that.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it could only be around about a second or so. I think the bell often gives the swimmers a little bit of a spurt, so it's going to be difficult, I think, for Hayden Sterling to close up that gap. Certainly pole position, certainly with Angelica.
But it's nearly 3 seconds in the last 200, so and you can see there on the screen, it's now, you know, he's in shot with 5 metres, but it's only 150 to go. He's going to have to really motor it back here.
Let's have a look at this.
Another
0.8.
Yeah, it's just good swim from both of them. He's just maybe left it a wee bit late. Although, let's see.
There's that contest for fourth and fifth just going over absolutely together. And right up there, Jamie Gilchrist clear in third position. He's closing a bit as well, Jamie Gilchrist, but don't think the positions are going to be challenged here as the bell goes for the last 100 for Angelicus, who's led pretty much the whole way here apart from the very early stages, and that was Hayden Sterling. So I wonder what Hayden Sterling's got left in the tank here.
3.5 seconds in 100, that's going to be, but you can see he's got him in his sights. He absolutely has him in his sights. Well,
it's of course one and only chance that swimmers have got to swim this 1500, so put everything into it.
Yep.
No finals for this one. The fastest heat of the 1500 will go in the final session, so this is the only opportunity that they've got. And look at this, Tony, we could be in for a good one here. Very first race this morning.
Oof, that's a second and a half quicker, nearly 2 seconds. He's really motoring. He's got it. I think Angelicus has spotted him, and I think he's just put the legs in. You can see the legs kicking up in lane 5 there, and he's not going to let Hayden make the comeback of all comebacks. But it's been a great swim from both of them, and he's still working hard, but he's just going to get edged out by Panos Angelicus. And that was close. Look at that.
Another 0.8 of a second. The gap was reduced by, but it was enough for Panos Angelicus to get in there in 17:29.32 for the East Lothian swimmer. And Hayden Sterling from St Thomas, good comeback from him, 17:30. Jamie Gilchrist clearing third, and the winner of that close contest for fourth and fifth was Connor Aspinall, 17:52 against Callum Sinclair, 17:54. So,
well, good. So I think his coach might be saying to Hayden, nice swim, Hayden, put the burners on a wee bit sooner next time. Clearly had quite a lot in the tank at the end there, but that was good finishing from him. Panos just holding him off.
Yeah, just a second. This is a second heat of the 3 heats of this 1500. Of course, we won't see the third heat this morning. That'll be swum in the final session, the fastest heat. But closest to us in lane 1, Ewan Jones from West Lothian. Next to him in lane 2, Oscar Churnside from Geary. Joshua Robinson from Derwentside in 3. Scott Fleming, East Kilbride. Fastest entry time of the entire field here goes in lane number 4. William Shepherd per City in 5. James Boddy from Geary, second Geary swimmer in this heat, goes in lane number 6. Ben Thorpe in 7 from Newcastle. Alexander Bell right up there at the top in lane number 8. Scott Fleming with a big advantage over the rest of the field in terms of entry time. 16:20.70 and 16:33.80. William Shepherd the next one, and Scott Fleming just missing out on that fastest heat only by 0.3 of a second, isn't he?
That could be a blessing or not, because I guess there's a big difference between being the fastest in your heat by over 10 seconds and being the 8th fastest in a fastest heat, where you've got swimmers who could be you know, a minute quicker than you. So in some ways, you know, this may suit him. You know, he can swim his own race. He doesn't, you know, he's ahead, but who knows? You know, maybe being pulled along, but that's what it is. And he was just out-touched by his junior national team member Ben McLaughlin from Gary, who will have that outside lane in this fastest heat, but it's Scott in this one. It's a Scottish junior national squad member, and was second in the junior championships in this event last year. I think Luke Hornsey touched him out for that. Luke will be swimming in later on. I may have got that wrong, but
yeah, he's in the fastest heat, Luke Hornsey.
Yeah.
Fourth fastest, I think fourth entry time. So be looking to be on the medal podium. But, that fastest heat, as I said, will be later on tonight in the final session. So just a good contest here at the front in these early stages. Joshua Robinson going well in lane 3. Scott Fleming leads them through. 2:04.60 for the leader, 2:05.21. So again, already in the very early stages, it's really stretched out, isn't it?
it is. Yeah, and on entry, I mean, we've got 45 seconds between them all, so we'd kind of expect that to a degree, but it's already early doors. I mean, that's 20 metres, nearly 25 metres, so yeah, try and get a rough estimate. Probably when you get to about 300 or 400 in these events, you can get a sense of where they are. Our maths didn't work out last time very well, Paul, because we had it under 17 minutes and it came in at 17:25. So
need to keep a better eye on these splits.
Have a warning, caution warning on any predictions that we make.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's a nice shot. Different contrasting styles there. East Kilbride swimmer and Derwent side. So 3:10.51. 6600, so already 4 or 5 seconds 100 faster than the previous heat. See if he settles down at that 66 mark.
Yeah, a few of the outside lanes in this one. The 4 outside lanes just over the 17-minute mark, so they'll be hoping to dip under that 17-minute barrier. The rest, the 4 swimmers in the middle lanes, they're ranging from that 16:20 to down to 16:49. So there's a bit of a gap between the entrants in this second heat. Now the outside lanes are pretty close in terms of times. Lanes 1 and 2 and 7 and 8. But the centre lanes you would expect to stretch away, and that's what we've seen. Certainly
Absolutely.
3 of those 4 swimmers are really going for it in the early stages here.
Yeah, so this is, take this with a pinch of salt, but 66 is around about 16:30 territory, and he's definitely in on the sub 66s at the moment. So this is a strong start from Scott. His entry was a 16:20, so he's maybe 5-10 seconds over that pacing if he can maintain that around about 65, 66. But he's not pulling away quickly from Josh Robinson, the Derwent side swimmer. Regular attendees at this meet, Derwent side. He's a bronze medalist, Joshua, at the Northumberland Durham County Championships, and also in the the Northeast Short Course Championships just before Christmas. There, he also got third in that open event. So good form in the last few months, and he's trying to hang on with Scott, but it's Scott's maybe is just edging away. 5:22.35. So that was a 66.
Yeah, 0.3 of a second the difference between the leaders. So Scott Fleming increasing that lead. Well, Joshua Robinson increasing his pace as he comes down towards that bottom end there. He's pretty consistent on that kind of mid 33, but just maybe 0.2 or 0.3 a second between them on every 50. So that kind of makes a difference. Scott Fleming
Pick the pace up on that one.
Yeah, 33.16.
It's a good turn.
Yeah, William Shepherd, Joshua Robinson, pretty close in terms of time. They're pacing each other well here in these early stages. Of course, we're still in the first half of that. You can see the flags there, Tony. The swimmers come down to the bottom end. That's all our international countries that are represented here.
So you're going to give us a run through them all?
Well, if only we had time. We've only seen Scots and English in the first two races,
Indeed.
but we'll have our international visitors coming up pretty soon in the next event, 100 backstroke for female. I can see you're working overtime now. I think they're in alphabetical order, so that helps.
Okay.
Angola to start with.
Yeah.
Barbados?
No, could be. That's the one. Yeah. Anyway, it's not much good for anyone on the screen because you don't see them. So we should probably focus on what's on the screen.
You can see them. You will be able to see them when they come down to the bottom end. But at the moment, the leader is just stretching away here, showing his class.
Yeah, he's looking good.
In lane number 4, Scott Fleming.
Long distance machine that is East Kilbride Swimming or South Lanarkshire Swimming. They've got a pedigree of producing these strong swimmers that just keep on going in the pool. Scott is the next in the line of that. And coming in a 7:34.84. So that's the still again, that's another 66, so he's going well.
Up to the halfway point now. Let's see, it goes through the 750. We'll just keep an eye on the gap between him and the other two who are now side by side. Joshua Robinson and William Shepherd. Shepherd just closing up here. So 8:08 at the halfway mark.
So it's a good swim. So that's double that, and it's under his entry time. Now, as we said before, the pacing can be different, but generally speaking, in 1500s, the first 750 and the second 750 are within a margin of each other. So this is a really strong swim here from Scott. If he can keep this pace up, it's going to be in and around his entry time, which at this time of the season would be pretty impressive. 8:42.02.
It's there or thereabouts,
Still
isn't he?
66.
Very consistent.
Yep.
Very consistent.
He is looking strong.
So,
close for second and third though, not a lot between them.
Yeah, Shepherd's just got the edge now on Robinson. So William Shepherd's got the momentum here. They go into the second half of this one. And Shepherd 8:50.93 at that turn. And just ahead of 8:51.25. So only 0.3 of a second between those two. As these two go over the turn, there's no one else in the shot. Just coming through for fourth place in lane number 6 is James Bodie. Looks like Oscar Churnside going well in lane number 2. Good battle up there in 7 and 8 between Ben Thorpe and Alexander Bell. And you just about see Ewan Jones now in lane number 1. And as the leader, Scott Fleming comes to the 900 range. So 33.60 for that last 50, 9:48.82. So
66.8. So he's still in around that 66. So it looks like maybe William Shepherd, Perth City swimmer, just edging away from Joshua Robinson. He was the second fastest in, and with a 6 second entry time faster than Josh. So going by the book at the moment, Scott Fleming over the 33.5 there. That's the first time I think he's gone over 33.5 for a while. So needs to pull it back a little bit on this 100. This is the really tough part, this middle, or second of 3 500s. It makes or breaks you.
Still extending the lead.
Yep.
On the other two, they were both in the 34 second range, so the lead's still extending. Scott Fleming and William Shepherd. Again, another one you saw him kind of hit halfway, just Robinson was ahead almost at the halfway point, but as they get into the second half of this one, William Shepherd has stretched away in clear in second position.
So it was a bit slower there for Scott. That was a 67. That's the first time he's gone a 67 point on the 100, but he just needs to hang on there in this important middle phase. Breathing every 2, as you can see there, just head only, just coming out of the water, or mouth just out of the water. Short, couple of kicks off the turn. He'll be looking, you'll see his coach as he goes past.
Yeah, they're round about, they're just shy of the halfway point, aren't they, the Scilbury coaches?
Yeah, just see him waving on there, Don Figgins.
He looked comfortable, that close-in shot, he looked very comfortable, didn't he?
Didn't he? He looked very good rhythm. Big breath going into that turn. So his pace has dropped a little, 12:03.90. So that's 67.8 there. So I think he's now on over, just over 16:20 pace, but it's still good swim, just overlapping his first swimmer. Ewan in lane 1. Good race up there. You just caught on the top of your screen in lane 7 and 8 between Ben Thorpe and Alexander Bell. Newcastle and City of Glasgow swimmer. So there's little pockets of races that we can see in the pool here going on, and you're getting little glimpses of them on the screen.
Yeah, so we're looking at the leader now, Scott Fleming. He's kind of picked up that pace a little bit on that 50-30, yeah. Well, all the threes, 33.33 for that one. Shepherd has just dropped back slightly, 34.19. We thought he was just closing. I don't think we're going to be in for a spectacular finish like we had in the first.
No, if he manages to get back on this, that would be spectacular. So
there we go. It's 300 to go. And the leader, Scott Fleming, just eking out the lead as we go. So 33.94. So that's 67.
68. So yeah, he's 67. Yep. So he's still thereabouts.
So the swimmer is coming through now. Still James Bodie in 4th position, Oscar Churnside in 5th. That battle at the top between Ben Thorpe and Alexander Bell, that's not over. But probably it's beyond doubt now who is going to take this one. Scott Fleming, 34.01. And he's not far away, he's just kind of dropping up maybe a couple of tenths, then picking it up again.
William Shepherd's swimming about the same pace as Scott now. He was a 34.1 in that one, so he's maintaining that distance, but it's now nearly it's 20 metres. So they turn with 300, 200 to go. So again, another 68, still good swim. Can he pick it up on this last 200? Next time will be the bell. And Shepherd has definitely pulled away from Josh. I don't think that one's in doubt now either. It's all about the times now. And we'll just glimpse that 7 and 8 there. They're still absolutely neck and neck in lane 7 and 8. So we'll pick that one up near the end of the race. So nothing between them. Faster there from Scott. It's winding it up as he nears the end. That was a 33. This is a really good heat swim, mid-season swim for Scott. This will be a good marker for him.
And you see the coaching staff there waving him on. They're obviously keen for him to post a good time.
Yeah. There's no slouching in this for him. This is going to be a strong swim for him. So 15.26. So it is going to be in that 15.30 mark that we were talking about earlier on, which is a really good swim at this time of the season.
Yeah, so Scott Fleming clear in first, William Shepherd clear in second, Joshua Robinson just going over in third. And there are the kind of minor places there. James Bodie Oscar Churnside, that battle right at the top there.
Ben Thorpe has made a move on that last 100. When we last saw them on the screen, they were neck and neck, and now he's about 3 metres up, so he's really motored on this penultimate 100. But it's Scott Fleming with 25 to go. He's had an excellent swim here, well paced, kicking up a wee bit. And he comes in with 10 to go. This has been a super swim. Going to be around about that 16:30 mark. As he comes in 16:31.51, so that's a nice swim for Scott Fleming. East Kilbride swimmer. Coming in second, William Shepherd, the Perth City. 16:44.39. So both of those guys about 10 seconds over their entry time, so nice swimming. And coming in now, Joshua Robinson, 16:53.92.
James Body now at the top there in lane 6. He's been in 4th place almost the whole way, certainly the second half of this one. He's been clear in 4th place, 17:09.
Gary Youngster.
Or James. Oscar Churnside in 17:17, so just outside his entry time. And right at the top there, it was Josh Denham who made that move, the Newcastle swimmer. Ben Thorpe, I should say, sorry. Ben Thorpe from Newcastle. Get my Newcastle swimmers mixed up here. Alexander Bell from City of Glasgow in lane 8, and the final swimmer, Ewan Jones from West Lothian in that near side lane. So the times for the two at the top there, 17:23 for Ben Thorpe and 17:30 for Alexander Bell. It's a good close contest, but 7 seconds in the end. It was a real good spurt in the last
300 to go, it was neck and neck, so Ben really motored on that last 2-300 and took that one. And that's Ewan coming in 18:13. That's that result confirmed. You saw there the ledges being put on the blocks by the officials, so that means we're moving on to backstroke. And this is the female. That's the result confirmed there, sorry. Scott, William and Josh are your 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was the
lineup
for that 1500. So that's it's blown away the cobwebs, don't it?
Indeed. And here we go. Female 100 back, 5 heats. This is the first of those on that. In this we have Florence Tinsley, Stirling. What's the main wearing from West Lothian? Caitlin Ibidge, University of Stirling as well. Igora, Carla Mahura and Nellie Kinch from Stirling University. So this is the first of our international swimmers.
It's 5 heats, as you said, Tony. We've got, that's kind of the order of the day almost for the longer events, isn't it? 5 heats for this morning's heats. Will be more obviously in this afternoon session.
Yeah.
Some of the sprints have got more heats, 6 heats in the
so
sprint
the
events.
The 100s of 5, the 50s of 6 and the 200s of 4 in the morning session. And then whatever's left in terms of those who qualified or got consideration times swim in the afternoon. So in some of them will have a couple of heats this afternoon, but in others will have 6 or 7 heats. Just depends on the numbers of swimmers that got through the qualification.
An A, B and youth finals tonight?
And a super final.
Oh, sorry. I should get with the programme.
That's a good shot there of all 5 swimmers. That was Florence Tinsley, Stirling University swimmer, in the foreground. Strong start. Lane 4. Caitlin Ibidge, she's the Stirling Uni fastest qualifier. Also going well out there in 6 is the Stirling University swimmer is Nellie Kinch, and we've got the 3 Stirling Uni swimmers with Florence Tinsley in 2, but it's those 3 that are going to turn first at that first 50. 31.1.
Yeah, not much in it at all between the top 4 here. Could go absolutely anywhere. Maybe lane number 6 probably. Ellie Kinch maybe making a little bit of a move here. Being pressed by lane 4, Caitlin Ebbage. It's going to be 3 swimmers here, Florence Tinsley. It's those even numbered lanes. I think they're going to come in absolutely together. Might be Tinsley taking that one. It is 103.55 for Tinsley. That's a great time there.
Yeah, nice.
Big improvement there.
Yeah. Sterling 123, I think. Yep. 103.55. So yeah, she's over half a second improvement. That's a good start for this 100 backstroke. Move on to heat 2. There's your lineup there. Grace Davidson, Irish swimmer. Lara Thompson, Edinburgh Uni. Olivia Butler, Edinburgh. Auvergne, Melora Trompe from Auvergne. Another Edinburgh University. Lucy Hitchin, swimmer in 5. Charlie Joyce. In lane 6 from the University of Bath. Ingrid Bergstrom from Randburg in 7. And Lola Malley, Vionvois in lane 8.
So a couple of French swimmers have been regular visitors, haven't they?
Yep, Auvergne
the
team.
Auvergne team was here
always
last year, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
And Norwegian swimmer as well, which is Bergstrom up there in lane number 7.
Strong start in 4. Lola Trumpet going well in 8 as well. Lola Mallet, Fion Voulois, and maybe 1 as well, looking strong. That's from Ireland's Grace Davidson. It's pretty even though across the field. Not a lot between them. But it is lane 4, Melora Trumpet, 30.95, so that's faster than the first heat. She entered on a 103.39, so she's looking strong here.
Yeah, looks like we might be in for a French victory here. In lane number 4, Trumpet looking very good. The Auvergne swimmer, maybe being challenged 1 lane down. Olivia Butler from Edinburgh Uni coming back, but it is going to be Trumpet. Butler in 2nd and Charlie Joyce in 3rd. So 103.33. Another good time. Consistent stuff, only 6 100s faster than her entry time, but it's faster.
Yep.
And they all count.
They do indeed. That's a nice strong swim, and she's the fastest so far. As we move on to the first of the circle seeded heats, I'm sure many of you know who are watching, but when you get to the last 3 heats of these qualifying heats, they do them in circle seeding, so the fastest swimmer goes in lane 4 of the 3rd of these heats, the 2nd fastest in lane 4 of the 2nd, and the 3rd fastest in lane 4 in this heat. And that's a pretty fastest swimmer, Medi Harris. Love her performance squads. British champion in this event, podium performance, team member, silver medal at European short course, so
yeah, one that certainly will have her eye on those Olympic trials.
I'm sure she will. So this will be a marker for her on that. But other swimmers, Amber Ranson in 1, Heidi Wren, City Glasgow in 2, Niamh Ward, Bath University in 3, Medi Harris in 4, Maria Gordon, Swim Ireland in 5, Holly McGill, Stirling University in 6, Gemma Hall, University of Bath in 7, Libby Freeman, youngster from Morpeth in lane 8. And it's Medi Harris. Looking strong, as is Maria Gordon, one of a big contingent of Irish swimmers here.
4 Irish swimmers ranked in the top 6 in this event. Yeah. Maria Gordon being ranked 6th, behind Medi Harris at the minute in lane number 4, of course, trying to claim the place in the top 8.
Yep.
In that for that super final. Medi Harris looking good.
Pretty spread out though. But no doubt about the winner on this one. Strong swim from Medi, 101.59. It was Holly McGill, Stirling University Scottish internationalist, 102.23. 3rd, Maria Gordon there. Irish swimmer, 102.98. So that's a good swim from Holly. That's only just over her entry time. So that's a strong swim from her. As we move into heat 4, and there's the lineup. Amy Shields, Edinburgh Uni. Emma Harvey from Bermuda. That was one of the flags I couldn't get. There we go. That's good. We'll tick them off as we go through. Katie Shanahan, University of Stirling in 3. Lottie Cullen, Swim Ireland in 4. Her teammate Ellen Walsh in 5. Molly Garrett, City of Manchester in 6. Manon Domillon from Auvergne in 7. And Cora Rooney, 3rd Swim Ireland swimmer in this heat in lane 8. That's Amy Shields, Edinburgh Uni swimmer there. Bermuda cap just beside her of Emma Harvey.
Yeah, again, Lottie Cullen was one of the ones, well, second fastest entry time, 59.61. So she'll be looking to try and dip under the 1 minute mark. Certainly tonight, she'll be looking to try and achieve that. At the moment, 101.59 is the target from Medi Harris. That's the fastest time. Trying to make it into that top 8. B finals, of course, and youth finals as well for 18 and under. Emma Harvey is a Bermuda swimmer, off to
cracking start.
Lead. Yeah,
wow, she's absolutely
close.
motoring, isn't she? She's still looking strong, maybe on her inside. Katie Shanahan is pushing back, and it's those two swimmers who've got quite a clear lead from everyone else in the field.
Katie Shanahan, probably better known as a 200 backstroker, an individual medley swimmer, but she's doing a good job here in the 100. Great swim there from Katie Shanahan. 102.06 for her. Emma Harvey, the early leader, was in second position there, 102.42. So 2 in the 102 range.
Yep.
Might be enough as they stand at the minute. One more heat to come. Of course, all those heats this afternoon for the slower entry time, so you can never discount people scraping into the finals, but to get into an A final, it's going to be a tough ask.
That will be, yeah. But I suspect a number of the youth finalists will be coming through this afternoon, and maybe some of them will be looking to scrape into a B final as well. We'll see. Emily Grant in 1 in this final heat. Danielle Farrell from Limerick Centre in 2. Lottie Hosper, Netherlands in 3. Danielle Hill from Swim Ireland in 4. Kathleen Dawson, Stirling Union 5. Sophie Shaw from City of Manchester Aquatics in 6. Georgina Pryor, Derby in 7. And Falca Tind, Hoofstatten in lane 8. So Danielle Hill, fastest qualifier, finalist at the European Short Course, and also the Commonwealth Games. Up against Scotland's Kathleen Dawson, podium potential swimmer, had a really bad injury in the last 12-18 months and is slowly making her way back. Good to see her back on form. And
yeah, it's good to see Kirkcaldy's own Kathleen Dawson back in the water again.
And Kirkcaldy's own is leading this first 50. 29,
she doesn't expect me to say that. I was a native of Kirkcaldy myself, and I think she lived there for about 6 months or something when she was born, but I'm sure her grandparents are still there, I think.
Very good.
But of course, what a great result that she had in Tokyo, taking a gold medal in the relay.
Yeah, and she has come back from that injury and is looking strong. Good for Scottish and British swimming, having a good Kathleen Dawson swimming well in this backstroke, and this has been a good heat swim for her. Clear water between her and the rest, 1:00.73. So that is the fastest time this morning. Danielle Hill, 1:01.99, just over her entry and a couple of seconds over. And then we have Lottie Hosper from Team Netherlands in 3rd, and that's the result confirmed on that race.
So top 3 going to make it, do you think? There,
I think so.
102.1.
Anything under 103 is going to get you. May even 103 might sneak you in, and it does.
Yeah,
no, 102.98.
There you
So
go.
Ellen Wolf's missing out. So top 8 are your current super finalists. 9 to 16 are your current B finalists, and we'll wait to see what happens this afternoon. But that's a pretty tough mark for the B final. But as I say, I think there's a number of youth swimmers in this morning session, but not that many. So a lot of them this afternoon will be aiming for that youth final.
Yeah, Kathleen Dawson looking pretty good there.
She looked great.
Yeah,
that was really good to see.
Of course, back in World Championship duty just a few weeks ago, Kathleen Dawson. And again, another one who'll be looking towards those trials in London. I'm sure she's a Scottish and British record holder. So trying to make a way to another Olympic Games. And now move on to the male and open 100 metres backstroke. Again, 5 heats in this one. The swimmers for this first heat: Logan van der Meulen from Stirling, closest to us. Oliver Saunders from University of Bath. In lane number 3, Adam Scott, Ren 96. Goes in 4, Kyle Mitchell from Geary in 5, Logan Mulhall-Reid, Warrington goes in 6, and Jack Docherty-Simpson, City of Glasgow, goes up there in lane number 7. Entry times, well, fastest Adam Scott 58.90, everyone else in the 59-second range, so expect this one to be a close one, Tony.
Yeah, not a lot between them at all, and it's pretty close in the pool. Maybe lane 6 there. Logan Mulhall-Reid, Warrington swimmer.
I have a question, but maybe it's not for...
Now lane 7, Jack Docherty-Simpson, City of Glasgow swimmer, formerly of Scotia, I think, now with City of Glasgow, and he's looking strong out there in lane 7 is Jack. Third at national age groups, won the Scottish Summer Meet. He's a Scottish Academy member, and he's going to take this one. 59.67, just over his entry, but that's a nice strong heat swim for Jack. He put himself in a good positioning for that youth final, if nothing else. Logan van der Meulen just edging over the minute in second. Carl Mitchell, Gary, and lane 3rd place. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so just one under the 1 minute mark. Jack Docherty-Simpson. And there's the second of these 5 heats. Lewis Maxwell from Derwentside in 1, Lucas Brown, Stirling University in 2, Rhys Blackett from Newcastle in 3, Charlie Poole, Stirling University in 4, Ethan Lawton from Derby Excel in 5, Caleb Fox-Jones goes in 6 for University of Bath, Nikolai Sisnet from City of Glasgow in 7, and Callum Wimble from Team Bath right up there in lane number 8. So real kind of mix of clubs and universities here. Stirling Uni represented by Lucas Brown, and the fastest entry time Charlie Poole, 58.54 is that entry time, and they're all separated by only 0.3 of a second right across the field, and
feels like that at the moment as well.
Blanket start here. I wonder if that is going to continue as they go. Maybe just off the pace was Ethan Lawton in lane number 5. See what he can do in the second 50. Charlie Poole leads them through just under the 28-second mark. Lucas Brown and Caleb Fox-Jones very close behind here. Charlie Poole looks like he might just still be edging this one. Leader at the halfway point. Is he going to be able to maintain that lead? Entry time, as I said, 58.54. It was very tight, but the man in the centre lane thinks going to take this one, Tony.
He is. He did a 57.82. Well, that is a big improvement for Charlie. That's over half a second. Stirling swimmer. That's a super heat swim for him. Lucas Brown also going well, 58.41. That's an improvement on his entry time. Caleb Fox-Jones getting in 3rd in a 58.85. So that's a really strong swim there from Charlie in that heat swim. That'll see whether that edges him into, gives him a shouting, fighting chance of getting in a B final, I would say. And we move into heat 3, first of the circle seeded heats. Archie Evans, University of Bath in 1, Robert Burgess, University of Edinburgh in 2, Jordan McPhail, Edinburgh Uni in 3, Brodie Williams, Bath University in 4, Robbie Hemmings from University of Bath in 5, Brandon Biss, Swim Ireland in 6, Lucas Dan Brenner, Hiv Statens in 7, and Callum Peebles, East Lothian in lane 8. Strong Bath Uni contingent, regular visitors to this meet, Bath University.
Yeah, Brodie Williams will be the favourite for this one. GB internationalist. I think we are not seeing Robbie Hemmings in lane number 5, so an empty lane, lane number 5, that's a shame. We don't see Robbie Hemmings, so we've only got 2 from University of Bath, Archie Evans in 1 and Brodie Williams in 4, but very much the favourite, Brodie Williams. Great Britain swimmer, Commonwealth Games swimmer as well, Brodie Williams, and he's looking good in the early stages here, showing his class against the rest of this field. It's Bath 1 and 2 at the turn. 27.18, 27.87. So Williams is trying to secure his place in that super final, and he's going the right way about it. Brodie Williams into that last 10-15 metres now with a big lead over the rest of the field.
Podium potential swimmer, Brodie. So another one of these ones will be aiming at the trials. 56.23. Well down in his entry, but the fastest so far, Lucas Dan Brenner, 57.47, and Jordan McPhail, 57.71. So Charlie Poole is definitely in with a shout here for that B final, somewhere in that second heat. That's confirmed results there. And moving on to heat 4, Lucas Delal, Villefranche in 1. Andrew Brodie, Edinburgh Uni in 2, Jamie Ferguson, University of Aberdeen Performance in 3, John Short, Swim Ireland youngster in 4, Jack Skerry, Bath University in 5, Jamie Robertson, Stirling Uni in 6, Jay Vries, Netherlands in 7, Bryden Byrne, Swim Ireland in lane 8. John Short, European champion, won this event at the Geneva International just recently. Sorry, Glasgow International last year. Just missed out on a European Junior final swim last year, John. Still only 17 though. He's got another year of going for that one. He's a real talent, is John.
Yeah, I think I remember him from last year performing really well. Some improvements last year, John Short, as a as a real youngster. You said, Tony, 17 years of age, so we'll see what he can do as he goes in that centre lane. So 56.23 for Brodie Williams. That previous heat should be safe enough, I think, for that super final, but you never know if these swimmers can step up, try and challenge that time. 27.27 for Short. Jack Skerry not too far behind. And as they go into the final half length, it is the swimmers in the centre, John Short and Jack Skerry. Short coming under pressure now. Skerry in lane number 5, just coming back, but I think the Irish swimmer is going to have enough to hold off the swimmer from University of Bath. And 55.59 for John Short, ahead of Skerry, 56.19. So both of them faster than that previous heat.
James Ferguson getting in 3rd there, so that is the fastest and 2nd fastest so far, but they're bunching in the 57s. So that's that confirmed result. Last heat. And in this one we have Angel Exposito, Villefranche in 1, Niels Chiksum, Netherlands in 2, Matthew Hussey, Swim Ireland in 3, Oliver Morgan in 4, Scott Gibson, Edinburgh Uni in 5, Dean Fern, Aberdeen youngster in 6, Neddy Irwin, National Centre for Limerick in 7, and George Whittle, Derby in lane 8. Oliver Morgan, found at the World Champs recently, some fantastic swimming there, also swam well at Bucks. Had some great swimming at that one. British champion, reigning British champion, was 3rd equal here last year, so strong favourite in this one. Oliver on really good form. Local swimmer Scott Gibson on his outside, and the youngster Dean Fern, Scottish junior record holder Dean, also in this one. And it is Oliver Morgan, who has been swimming really well recently, and he's looking strong. Scott Gibson trying to stick with him, as is Dean Fern, but Oliver Morgan 26.3, that's almost a second faster, nearly a second faster than anything we've seen so far. Scott Gibson and Dean Fern in 3rd, but it's a bit of a statement here from Ollie. He is already a body length ahead, looking like he's easing back a little, and it's going to be him who takes this heat. He's going to be Scott Gibson, and Dean Fern is going to edge in third. 54.77, so that is by far the fastest. And it's a new Edinburgh International meet record for Oliver Morgan. I don't often get them in the heats.
Oh,
Well, there we go.
Excellent stuff.
That's the fastest ever in the 25 years of this meet. So that's pretty impressive. Scott Gibson gets in second, 56.08. Dean Fern, 57.28 in third. So I think those three will be in that super final. Maybe Dean on the edge of it, but there we have it. He is. That's your finalists. Down to
Dan Brenner just claiming that 8th spot as they stand. Of course, this afternoon's heats to come, but it's going to be tough for anyone to force their way into the top 8. Is the next 8. Archie Evans just 2 100s ahead of Lucas Brown in that B final position as well. And of course that youth final as well, places to be decided in that one. But what a good swim.
Yeah.
Oliver Morgan, wow.
Bad,
Didn't expect that one in this morning's heats.
No, did not at all. So that's a fantastic meet record there. And Charlie Poole, who was in one of those earlier non-seeded heats, he's snuck himself in with that PB into the B final so far. So it shows it can be done. You don't have to be in the last 3 heats to make these finals. As we move on to the 4th event, this is the female 200 fly. 4 heats, and this first one, Kirsty Gilmore, Hamilton in 1 and 2, Gabby Freeman, Morpeth in 3, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow in 4, Isabel Fox, Derwenside in 5, and Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow in lane 6. So that's woken us all up, that backstroke.
Yeah, 200 butterfly now for us to enjoy. Some big names to come in the heats to follow. This is the only one of the 4 heats that's not the cyclically seeded heats, so it'll be pretty close in terms of entry time. Alice Cumming 2:28.20 is the fastest entry time. She's in lane number 4 and at the centre of those 5 swimmers. Slowest is Kirsty Gilmore in lane number 2, but only a couple of seconds separating them in terms of entry time. That's not very much on a 200 butterfly. That could all change about. Swimmers here, Abigail Crawford, 15 years of age, 3 16-year-olds in the centre, and Kirsty Gilmore, the oldest in the field, at 18. Doesn't sound right, is it? The oldest at 18.
No, that's slightly disconcerting.
I was at an awards event last night, and they were talking about some of the age groups of the award winners, and it was something like 2011 and born 2011 and after. I'm thinking, oh goodness. But anyway,
it's a leveller. Well, it's a strong start here in lane 3 from Gabby, the Mopra swimmer. And quick look over there from Alice Cummings from City of Glasgow, spotting that Gabby is ahead. Kirsty Gilmore, the fastest in the pool there, 39.5. She's the swimmer in lane 2. And she is coming back a little bit on Gabby, but Gabby's holding her own. And see if she can hold on. Kirsty and Alice pushing hard. It is edging in a little, also going out strong there in 6th. Abigail Crawford, the other City of Glasgow swimmer. She's coming back like a train. I think she's going to take this, you know. 15-year-old, is she got enough? She comes in, and she does. 2:29, what a finish from Abigail. Look at that, 3 seconds faster than Gabby on that final 50. So she came back from pretty much a flagged 5-metre distance back to take that heat. 2:29.63. Gabby holding on for second, 2:29.89, and in third it was Alice Cumming.
So a great swim from the youngster there to take that first heat, and it was close in the end. Everybody was in with a shout as they came through. This one's one of the seeded heats, so we could see things a little bit more spread out. Erin Taylor closest to us from Finns in lane 1, Kate Baxter from University of Bath in 2, Alana Burns-Atkin from Swim Ireland in 3. Iris Lawson from Edinburgh University in 4. Lucy Grieve, Stirling University in 5. Stella McCarty from City of Glasgow in 6. Sarah Kravich in 7 from East Lothian. She's the youngest in this field at just 15. And Alice Ward, Borough of Stockton in lane number 8. So Slauson from Edinburgh University, very much the favourite, 2:10.70, followed by Lucy Grieve in 2:14.05. So they go in 4 and 5. Again, you would think their place in that super final would be quite
from the entries
confirmed.
it looks like it,
yeah, but you
just
never
don't
know.
You just don't know. And I guess going in the first of these seeded heats, they can't take anything to chance, so they've kind of got to go for it, because you just don't know what the others are going to do. By the time you get to the third of these heats, before you swim, you've got a rough idea of where you need to be. 103.82, and it is Cara, won the second to Kiana at the recent British Universities. So good swim in that one. She came back really strong. She's the Scottish National Short Course champion and University of Edinburgh swimmer, and she's looking strong on this heat of this 200 fly. Got Lucy Grieve on her outside. The Stirling University podium potential, British podium potential swimmers. Lucy, more known for her sprint fly, but she's brought on her 200 in the last little while, building that foundation from it, and she's battling hard with Alana Burns-Atkins, the Irish 18-year-old.
Yeah, it might be an important battle, that one, between those two, because just 8 swimmers make that super final. We have, of course, 3 seeded heats, so if you finish second in your heat, much better than finishing third here. Slauson into the wall, 2:14. It is Alana Burns-Atkin, 2:16.08. Winning that close contest there with Lucy Grieve, 2:17 for Lucy Grieve. And excellent time for Burns-Atkin there, but slight improvement on the entry time, 3/100ths of a second.
Yeah, nice swim.
She'll be pleased with that in the morning.
Will. She's the Irish champion. She was just missed out on a medal at the Commonwealth Youth Games last year, and that's a really strong swim from the youngster. She'll be gunning for European Juniors if nothing else this year. This is that third heat. Maddie Cool, Bucky in 1, Layla Flower at University of Bath in 2, Maddie Robertson, Stirling Uni in 3, Kiana McInnes, Stirling Uni in 4, Kat Price from University of Bath in 5, Susie McNair, Stirling in 6, Eva O'Halloran Hutchison, Dermot Side in 7, and Isabel Wood, Edinburgh University in lane 8. So the Scottish record holder, Kiana McInnes, in lane 4, 2:08.05. That's where British Championships last year, that's where she made that record.
Yeah, another one very much targeting those trials. She's got a bit of experience under her belt now.
Yep.
A couple of Commonwealth Games.
Won the
McInnes.
silver medal at the European Under-23s event last year, which first time they ran that for that kind of age group that are just gone beyond junior, but maybe still not quite old enough to be matching the big older seniors, and so she took that opportunity last year and got a silver medal. So she's definitely building that credentials. Got a silver medal at the World Juniors 5 years ago now, just behind Emily Large, and so for the last 5 or 6 years she's been building up those international credentials, and she's first here, 1:02.22. That's a good start. She's got a clear lead over Kat Price, Bath University swimmer, swimming on her outside.
Yeah, McInnes now stretching away, showing her class here. Kat Price clear in second, and it's again a little bit of a tussle there for third position. 4 swimmers still in contention with that one. Maddie Robertson, I think Layla Flower, Susie McNair and O'Halloran Hutchison. But no doubt about who is going to take this one. Kiana McInnes.
Yep.
1:36 there. So what's that?
2:10, 2:11 maybe.
Yeah.
So if she can keep this up, that's no that's no slouch in this heat swim. Doesn't need to do it to get in, but I think a lot of these guys will be going hard in the morning. When you get to these international meets, you cannot hold back in the heat. You just got to give it everything, and translating that approach to these events. And she's kept it going, and it is going to be around that 2:11 time, 2:11.86. That's a good heat swim from Kiana. Kat Price, Welsh international, coming in second. Oh, very close for third, and it's Maddie Robertson.
Yeah,
Stirling University.
3 swimmers all coming in together there. Robertson, Flower,
100th ahead
of
fourth place swimmer there.
Could that be vital?
We will find out soon.
No hint of a swim off yet, Tony.
No, that's a bit disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although I think on a turn to fly, you wouldn't really wish that on anyone, would you? A swim off in a turn to fly.
I don't know. Some people would just embrace it. I think bring it on. Maybe back in the day.
I'm not sure I'd be too happy about that. Final heat.
Yeah, world champion here, Laura Stevens. Just took that title last month in the 200 butterfly great swim that she had in Doha, and she's right here in Edinburgh. Line up for this one: Tony Jameson, University of Aberdeen performance in 1. But I don't see Tony in lane number 1. Don't think we have anyone in 1, but we have Seren Talentire from Morpeth in 2, Lily Rose Bertolt from Leisure Burn in 3, Laura Stevens from Ruffler Performance goes in 4, Ashley Bailey and Henrietta Damassa, City of Manchester aquatic swimmers, they go in 5 and 6. Niamh Savoury from Newcastle in 7, and Becky Watson from Borough of Stockton in lane number 8. So very dominated by the north of England, this one.
It does look like it, with a hint of French.
Yeah, nice combination. So there is Laura Stevens out to early leads, as you might have expected. She's got to be, swimming with real confidence these days, isn't she? After these performances she's had, which really came through in the last maybe year or so. Taking medals, Commonwealth Games medalist, but she's got to be going into those Olympic trials just on top of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing, all confidence boosting. And of course she won this event last year, which will well,
obviously that was all part of the progression.
101.58, so that's over half a second up on that heat swim of Kiana. But yeah, you've got to think winning a world championships does just give you that extra level of confidence and belief. I'm not sure whether that was expected or not. Nothing. You don't expect anything, but
it was. I think it's pretty much there for the taking, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those World Championships, you have to step up on the day, and
absolutely.
The margins are quite small now. Of course, there's the big hitters at these World Championships you would expect to come back, but everyone's there in with a shout. If you're in that fine, if you've got a lane, you've got a chance.
Absolutely. So it's a super swim, and she's looking good here. So. The entry time isn't that time from the World Champs. I think she went slightly outside her fastest time in that one. It's a 2:06.62 is her entry, which she did at the British Championships. Does hold the meet record, 2:07.41. Not sure what year she did that, but that's a nice swim from her. 2:11.16. Just nicely edging herself into that centre lane for the final. Ashley Bailey, didn't really mention her, City of Manchester swimmer, 18-year-old. That was a strong swim to take second there, and third it was the Lily Rose Berthelot from Auvergne in a 2:17.81. So I think those three will be in the super final. Let's see. That's the confirmation of the result of that last heat, and we'll just get the times for the whole event coming up now. These are all subject to whatever happens this afternoon. Your top 8 there. Lily Rose just squeeze in. She's top 8 of your super finalists. We have joint 9th.
Look at that.
Now, because they're reserves for that super final.
And that's the 1/100, isn't it?
But I suspect if they are joint reserves for that super final, they will be offered the opportunity for a swim off to see who gets the first reserve and who gets the second reserve. We will see. They're both pretty much guaranteed a second swim this evening because they're at the front end of the B final. So let's see. Often these swim offs will be done in the morning, so we may have something at the end, but we'll save that one. God, you must have seen that coming. That was
see, there you go.
the first mention of a swim off, and
and there it is.
What's your next prediction, Paul?
World
record.
Yeah. Didn't see that meet record coming earlier on.
No. Okay, well,
we're slipping up.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
we need to just concentrate now, Tony. 200 freestyle. This is again going to be stacked. Like a lot of big names in the later heats of this one. Josh Denham in this first heat goes in lane number 1. Oisin Tewick from Swim Ireland in 2. Lucas Danbrenner back in the water again. Hovenstadens. Tom Truman from Derby Excel. Brogan McAviney from National Centre in Limerick. Brodie Gordon Gibson from Edinburgh Uni goes in lane number 6, and Zach Slater from East Lothian in lane number 7. So again, Hovenstatens with Lucas Danbrenner. They've been a regular attenders at this Edinburgh International over the past few years.
Yep, just names that you just keep seeing. So I guess it's just a short hop across the North Sea. So. But yeah, no, they are good supporters of the meet. 54.92 there for Tom, the Derby swimmer. Brodie Gordon Gibson in second. Edinburgh Uni swimmer, first year at the university. Won this national age group event last year. And that 18 and over is a Scottish senior team member. And he's pushing Tom hard here. Just slightly faster than him in on that last 50, but only slightly. It's all to play for on this final 50. Is Brodie. He's got a good finish, Brodie. And he's swimming well at the moment. And he is pulling back. Long rangey freestyle from Brodie. Tom slightly shorter. Higher up in the water. I think Tom maybe is just going to hang on, but it's very, very close between these two. 153.52 entry. It's only going to be just over that. 154.20. Brodie does get second place. 154.67. And then third, Zach Slater, youngster, East Lothian youngster, 156.48. Good first heat there. Nice race. Brodie just about made it, but Tom held on to take that first heat.
Yeah, Zach Slater swimming well, almost on the coattails there of Brodie Gordon Gibson up there at the top. And second heat about to come. Jude Lydiard from Edinburgh University in 1. Tony Joe Tretover from Stirling Uni in 2. Conor Fitzgerald from Swim Ireland in 3. We have got 2 from the Netherlands team in the centre. Jannik Weiland and Thomas Janssen. Finlay Club from Edinburgh Uni in 6. We've got Hovenstatens Carlos Halloway in 7, and Thomas Leggett for Swim Ireland in lane number 8. It's a real international field in this one. And 2 here from the hosts, the host city anyway, Edinburgh University. Thomas Leggett in the outside lane, going well. Swim Ireland. Again, probably not a surprise that we see the outside lanes challenging here, because the difference in entry time is only something like half a second, so not much in it at all with this 200 freestyle.
And Thomas has gone out really well. 20-year-old Irish swimmer. Not a lot between the rest of them. Maybe lane 5. Thomas Janssen from the Netherlands also going well in 1. Jude Lydiard. So we've actually got lanes 8 and 1 are out in the lead at the moment. Bit of a sandwich here. Thomas is really going for this. Entry time 153.4. And he was about half a second up on the 100 time of the previous heat. So under 154 will be his target. Still under 30. Thomas Janssen now. lane 5. The Netherlands swimmer is coming through strong. I don't think he's going to catch Thomas Leggett though, but he's given it a good go.
Thomas Leggett's holding on very well. The two Thomases now are taking up the running, and closest to us, Tony Joe Trelliver just coming alongside Jude Lydiard, but it's going to be Thomas against Thomas right into the
Thomas
end.
who wins it.
Oh, good call, Tony. Thomas Jansen takes it just 0.2 of a second. He just caught up there. That's a good last 50, wasn't it? 28.38. And Thomas Leggett just feeling the pace, that early pace. I thought he was going to hold on there, but not quite for the Irish swimmer. But 1:53 for Thomas Leggett, and then just outside his entry time, he went for it, didn't he?
That was good. Good, strong start, and he just hung on. Just got edged out by his namesake. Henry Baker in lane 1 in this next heat. First of the circle seeded, Evan Davidson, Perth City in 2, Jeremy Bagshaw, National Centre Limerick in 3, Joe Litchfield from Loughborough in 4, Evan Jones, Stirling Union 5, Nicholas Tastella, Hivstatens in 6, Arthur Logan, Edinburgh Union 7, and Merlin Belmont from the Netherlands in lane 8. So it is strong centre of the field here. Joe Litchfield, finalist at the Commie Games. But it's lane 8 again. Something in the water over there. Merlin Belmont, 25.93. Just from low, and we've got Evan Jones, Stirling swimmer. Remember that Scottish team that medalled at the Commonwealth Games in the 4x2. 20 years old, really come through in the last 2 or 3 years, working with those senior swimmers at Stirling Uni. Joe Litchfield now, it is Evan actually, in 5:54.38. So
Great Britain, of course, very successful as well. Scottish team you mentioned there in the Commonwealth Games, at the GB team, very successful on the world stage.
Yeah.
The Olympic Games and the 4x200. So this is a real opportunity for somebody, to step up at the trials to make their way onto the Olympic team here as part of that 4x2 team. Because real stars,
there's
Tom
no
Dean,
one
Duncan
guaranteed a
Scott,
place on that team, I don't think.
1:23.4,
and having a strong 6 or 7, so you can swim early swimmers in the heats with some degree of comfort that you make the final. It's what the Americans and Australians used to do, and we seem to be able to do it now as well, which is new. So it is now though Joe Litchfield and Jeremy Bagshaw from Limerick, and it's going to be Jeremy who takes this one. 1:51.16. So nice swim him. 1:51.5. Joe Litchfield there. Third, it was Evan Jones. 1:52.54. Pretty close there all the way through. So the B final for this one's going to be tight, I think, and the A final. It's not going to be easy to call.
Canadian-based, the Irish-based Canadian who took that last one, Jeremy Bagshaw.
Good knowledge there, Paul.
I'd remember him from last year. Well, that doesn't sound like an Irish name.
No.
But, yeah. But the next heat, fourth heat, Danny Morgan, another one of the Irish swimmers. He goes in lane number 1. That does sound a bit like an Irish name, Danny Morgan. Stefan Kovic, lane 2. Oliver Sogard Anderson in lane number 3. Goldstatten's Jack McMillan, Stirling University. He'll be one of the favourites for this title. He goes in lane 4. Luke Turley goes in 5 from University of Bath. Finn McGeever from National Centre Limerick in 6. Evan Gale Michon from League of Erne. And Rory McKinnon, City of Glasgow, in the outside lane. And pre-race favourite, Jack McMillan, lane number 4 there, 25.56, just ahead of Finn McGeever. With Luke Turley in between the two leaders as they come down to the halfway point. Well, again, these swimmers trying to make their way into the top 8 positions. They're going pretty well in the early stages. Jack McMillan, him being a British internationalist, he was some in the recent World Championships. Another one looking to try and make his way onto that 4x2 team.
Yeah, second faster than the previous heat there. So these guys know what they have to do to make this super final this evening, and he's he's really picked up the pace on that third 50. He was sort of long and rangy in the first 100, but legs have gone, pace of the arms has increased, and he's taken a second off that 50 off the rest of the field. So he is not hanging around in this heat. He's really picked up, and he went fast in the first 100 as well. So he's looking good. Luke Turley, Bath University swimmer, and then Finn McGeever. This side of Jack is Oliver Sugard Anderson from the Danish swimmer, but it's going to be Jack McMillan who takes this one. Is he under 150? He is. 149.39. Now, gone are the days where that was a surprise for a British swimmer, but it's
yeah.
But that's a good heat swim for Jack. 149.39. Luke just edging behind him. Finn McGeever at 151.8, and that 51.8 is comparable with what won the last heat. So the pace has been set. These guys know what they've got to do in this last heat to get in that super final.
3 certainly went out with a purpose there on that second heat.
So
In the fourth heat, sorry.
That's the final heat here. Thomas Peelon from League of Verne, Jordan Cooley leads into Kieran Bird from University of Bath in 3, Duncan Scott, Stirling Union in 4, Evan Bailey from Ireland in 5, Charlie Hutchison, Loughborough in 6, Luke Hornsey from Edinburgh Uni in 7, Tiago Gomez, Eindhoven in 8. Now, if these swimmers swim to their time, at least 6 of them could make this final. So all to play for. They know what they've got to do. But,
yeah, it's a tough ask, I think, in this heat swim. Duncan Scott, of course, going in lane number 4, leads them through Commonwealth Games, champion, Olympic medalist, world, European medalist. The list of achievements of Duncan Scott in recent years just goes on and on. And he's got, 6 events here, I think, he's scheduled to swim. Not sure if he'll swim them all, but he's entered in 6 events here over this long weekend, and it's a privilege to see him. You said it, Jack McMillan going under the 150, not really a surprise, and we've really been kind of blessed with great talent over the last few years, and Duncan Scott's been right in the middle of it.
Absolutely, and there's these 3 swimmers, maybe 4 of them, with Charlie Hutchison hanging on there as well, and these guys are all going to be around the 150 mark by the looks of things. And you're right, you kind of get used to it, but you shouldn't, because it's having people like Duncan Scott swimming at meets is a real privilege, as well as all these other guys who are really up there. And these 4 have pulled away, and it's going to be very tight. I think Charlie Hutchison at the top there, Scottish swimmer swimming out of Loughborough Uni, again strong talent. He's multi-talented across different events. And who is going to take it? I think Duncan is, but it's going to be tight across them, and it's going to be interesting for this final. So I would say they're all in. But who else? Thomas Piron gets 4th, but that was very close there. 50.72, 50.86, 50.9, 51.03, less than half a second between the 4 of them. That was a really good heat, and it's going to be interesting. There we go. So Joe Litchfield just in an 8th. Not sure he would have thought that would be the case when he arrived this morning, but he is in the final. That takes you up to 16, takes you up to your B final, and then the rest we have a 18th, 19th, 18th tie, so that would be second reserve. So
as it stands, of course, this afternoon to come as well. So.
Indeed, but as it
so
stands,
they won't do the swim off this morning, I don't think, for that one, if there is one. Well, I don't know, actually. They might do. They
may well, just to get these guys done, because they won't be here. The likelihood is they won't be here this afternoon, so they won't want to do it at the beginning of the morning, the evening swimming. Anyway, that's for the meet officials to work it through.
Tie there, further down, tie for 35th. That could be a junior final.
Could
you
be
never
a junior
know.
Final. You never know. Are we on? We're on swim off hunt here.
I know
are we?
we are. Yeah.
So we're right down the other end of the pool now. This is the sprinting. Just to remind everyone, in the evening there'll be a skins final. The super final will be skins, where you do successive races of 50s. You have 8 in the first one, 4 in the next, 3 then 2, and you have a winner. It's really exciting, and they run it on a 2-minute rotation. So if you haven't seen that before, I would tune in at 5:30 to have a watch of that. but back in the pool now. Female 53, first heat, Anna Farrow, Bath. Melissa Turnbull, Stirling, Carla Myru, Lord Vernon in 3, Abigail Stemp in 4, Lily Mundell in 5, Alyssa Mainwaring in 6, Grace Noonan in 7. It's the youngster from Hearts, Lily Mundell, a real talent, only 14 years old, and she's a real sprint find as she comes in, and it's going to be Lily. Entry time 27.3, 27.1. It wasn't Lily, sorry, second, so it's Anna Farrow, 27.16. We have a dead heat. Cara Maru, Verne and Lily Mundell, 27.33, with Melissa Turnbull in 4th. So
didn't see lane 1 sneaking through there,
no,
Anna Farrow.
Completely missed that, so I do apologise, Anna. I thought we'd
Katie Shanahan back in the water again for the second heat. Full lineup: Vicky Russell, Katie Shanahan, Mary Mischenko, Eva Jones, Emma Wood, Anna Lawson, Erin Robertson and Layla Witherspoon. Not going to miss lane 1 this time because there's no one in it. This heat, that helps us here, kind of our viewpoint. And in the centre lane, probably lane 5, after that best start, Emma Wood, and that yellow cap there in lane number 5, just edging it. Also going well in lane number 2 is Katie Shanahan. She's having a good morning, Katie Shanahan. Just maybe edging the lead now. It's going to be very close at the finish here, and it is Katie Shanahan will take it. 26.53 for her. Emma Wood, after that good start, in 2nd place. Erin Robertson in 3rd position, but another good swim this morning from Katie.
I'm not sure she will do 50 freestyle that often.
No.
But she can knock a good one out, as with pretty much every race she does. Becky Watson in 1 in this 3rd heat. Alexandra Bulat in 2. 3, Niamh Ward, Bath Uni, Maylene Bessard, Auvergne in 4, Emily Grant, Edinburgh Uni in 5, Jessica Calderbank, Manchester in 6, Hayley Robertson, South Ayrshire in 7, Natalie Marshall, West Lothian in 8. It's only 0.3 between these swimmers, and entry times are low anyway, and it's pretty close off the dive, not a lot between them at all. Almost too close to call. Maybe Natalie Marshall in 8, looking strong. Also Jessica Calderbank in 6, and in 4, Maylene Bessard, Auvergne swimmer. But this is probably the closest race we've had this morning across the field. It may be Natalie, and it is 27.26. Just edging it by 100th from Niamh Ward, and then 4 100s behind her. Is Maylene Bessard, and a couple of hundreds, so that was pretty close across the top 5, just 0.1 between the 5 of them.
Yeah, incredibly close there. There's the lineup for heat number 4. Jelle Kamtout from Netherlands in 1, Victoria Catterson from Ireland in 2, Emma Harvey from Bermuda in 3, Milovic from Netherlands in 4, Anastasia Urbaniak from Theonvilos in 5, Melora Trompet back in the water again from Auvergne in 6, Jana Spinner, University of Bath, and Ciara Morris from Stirling University. As we're into the seeded heats now, so Milovic and Anastasia Urbaniak will be the 2 favourites for this one in those 2 yellow lanes. It is going to be lane number 4. I think Milovic will take that one, a little bit more straightforward to call that one. Emma Harvey coming through strongly for 2nd. Another good swim from Emma Harvey to follow up that backstroke we saw earlier. And Urbaniak in 3rd. So 25.72 should be safe enough. Another tie there a little bit further down for, well, was that 4th and 5th position? 5th and 6th maybe? And that was heat number 4, and that is the target for this heat to come, heat number 5.
So we have Anna Morgan, Edinburgh Uni in 1, Angelina Roman, Netherlands in 2, Rebecca Guy from Bristol in 3, Tess Gill from Feynord in 4, Evie Davis, Stirling Uni in 5, Jemima Hall, Bath Uni in 6, Silke Hulkenberg, Netherlands in 7, and Yasmin Hamlin, Edinburgh Uni in lane 8. So Tess Gill, Feynord swimmer, is the fastest qualifier. 4th at European Championships, went on the 25 seconds for that one. And it's her and Rebecca Guy who are taking this one out. And it's going to be Rebecca, I think. Strong swim here. Well done her. 25.64. So that is under her entry time. She'll be pleased with that, I would think. Tess Gill gets second, 25.87, and in third it was Evie Davis, sterling swimmer, 26.25.
Yeah, nice swim to take that one there for Rebecca Guy. Final heat now. We've got Josephine Klein from Stirling University, Katie Goodburn from Edinburgh University, Emmy Hallquist from Tabby Sim. 3 from Swim Ireland, Danielle Hill, Erin Riordan and Grace Davidson. Ariana Stokes from Morpeth in 7, and Maisie Guilford from University of Bath out there in lane number 8. In fact, we're missing lane number 5, so no Erin Riordan, but we do have Danielle Hill, fastest entry time here, 24.80 for Danielle Hill, Commonwealth Games finalist in this 50 freestyle, and she is now 25.39, so another good swim from her, slightly faster than that previous heat that we saw. So Danielle Hill will take it ahead of Emmy Hallquist, Katie Goodburn in third place. That could be important, Tony.
Yep.
26.32 there, just ahead of Grace Davison.
And it was.
Yes, indeed.
Katie gets into that final in lane 8. There's your provisional finalists 1 to 8, up to 16 there. We have a joint 15th, so the swim off isn't going to happen, I'm afraid, unless we have some faster swimmers this afternoon. We'll keep an eye on that.
Katie Shanahan getting in there as well in the B final contention.
Sure she'll be pleased with that. And that's the rest of the swims as you go through there. Again, some of them in the lower down here will be vying for youth final places, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. That's all them through as we move into the next event, which is the Malin Open 50 fly. We've got 6 heats.
Again, the skins for these as well.
There are indeed. Yep.
It's, first of the 6 heats, Ryan Ferguson, Benjamin Chuyan, 2 Edinburgh University swimmers there in 2 and 3. Lucas Delal from Villefranche in 4, Finlay Nelson from Dumfries in 5, Dermot Sutton from Limerick in 6, and Albert Bangong from Stirling University goes in lane number 7. So one length of the boat for this 50 metres butterfly, and maybe lane number 6, possibly Dermot Sutton from National Centre Limerick had that early lead. Albert Bangong coming back strongly in lane number 8. Also the middle lane's coming back really tight this first heat, and it is lane number 4. Lucas Delal will take that one, coming through very strongly at the end, 25.93, the only one under the 26 seconds mark. And look at that, 5 100s separating the other 5 swimmers.
I think that you could call that a close race. I think that's very good. But Lucas stretched away by a huge margin of 0.4 to win that one. So into the second heat, Oliver Saunders, University of Bath in 1, Thiago Gomez, Eindhoven in 2, Brandon Berg from the Netherlands in 3, Oisin Tibbet, Swim Ireland in 4, Marcos Jakovidis, University of Bath in 5, Jay Vries, Netherlands in 6, Ellis Emdib, Hoofstaten in 7, and Adam Ritchie, Stirling University in lane 8.
There's the results confirmed there, and we do have a disqualification in that one. Looks like Ryan Ferguson disqualified there. Doesn't affect the winner of that heat, 25.93 for Lucas Delal. Didn't notice anything there, Tony. Maybe been a start, possibly.
I think, yep, but I was not to guess these things. There's your lineup for that second heat. No lane 3 actually, so Brandon Berg from the Netherlands is not competing. Oliver Thiago, Oisin, Marcos J, Elias and Adam in this one. 25.3 through to 25.7, so 0.4, not a lot between it. Going well in 7, Elias Elmedib, Hoofstaten, apologies there. Also going well in 2, Thiago Gomez, Eindhoven swimmer, so it's the Netherlands and Denmark at the moment, also going well in 4. Who's going to touch it out? I think it's Thiago, 25.37, so that's fastest so far. It was Elias, 25.55. Marcos Jakovidis takes 3rd in a 25.93. That's an improvement on his entry for Thiago, so hopefully pleased with that.
Yeah, look good there at the front of the field. Tom Robertson in heat number 3. Edinburgh University goes in lane 1. Thomas Leggett, Swim Ireland in 2. 3 from Stirling Uni in the centre lanes. Chris Muir, Harry Robinson, Salvador Gordo. You declaring interest in this one, Tony. Callum Rose, your son, goes in lane number 6. Conor Fitzgerald, Swim Ireland in 7, and James Woodward from Hatfield in lane number 8. So all the swimmers within 0.3 of each other, 25.01 to 25.34 for the outside lane swimmers. So this could go absolutely anywhere.
I think so. Let's see how the start goes.
So, pretty good start there from Callum Rose in the lane number 6. Also away well was James Woodward from Hatfield, right up there at the top in lane number 8. And swimmers in the centre lanes now coming back, also going well in lane number 1 as well as Tom Robertson. Might just sneak this one from lane number 1. He does, 25.11. Chris Muir in 2nd in 25.35, and Harry Robinson and goes very well in lane number 4, coming through in the centre, 25.00. So it was very close, but
nice swim for Tom there.
Yeah, in the outside lane.
First year at Edinburgh Uni, come down from Aberdeen Dolphins, and that's a nice swim for him. That's not quite a PB. Went 24.98 at national age groups last year, but that will be he'll be happy with that, I would think. First of the circle seeded heats: Tom Fannin from Ireland in 1, Dean Fern, Aberdeen Dolphins in 2, Jess Poots, Dolphin in 3, Nikita Bays, Raverne in 4, Callum Bain, Ireland in 5, Olivia Sogard Anderson, Hivstaten in 6, Robbie Hemmings, Batty in 7, Rudy McKinnon, City Glasgow in 8, apologies, no swimmer in 7, Robbie not here, really strong start in 3 though. Jess Poots, Dutch swimmer, and he's gone out like a train here. 23.36. Woof. That is a new meet record by Jess Poots. Beats the record set by Ben Proud.
Wow. More records.
Slightly stunned by that, but what a swim. 20:36. Absolutely stormed through that field. And well, you kind of think he's going to be in lane 4 for that final. What
a great swim. The 30-year-old really powered his way down that 50. Fantastic swim there from Poots, Netherlands swimmer. We move on to heat number 5. They're almost on their way. Brodie Gordon-Gibson, Joe Watterson, Jens Christensen, Casper Pugard, Jamie Ingram, Gregor Swinney, Caleb Fox-Jones and Aaron Ilkers. Well, that sent a message to this lineup for this 5th heat. In the centre, Casper Pugard,
World Junior Champion Casper, where he swam his entry time, 23.47. He's going to have to beat that to get fastest. Not bad though.
24.06 for Casper. Not sure he had the best of finishes there. I'm not sure. Might have to watch that one back. He's maybe got more in the tank for tonight. Gregor Swinney in 2nd, Jamie Ingram in 3rd, and Brodie Gordon-Gibson in 4th place.
Got still a bit stunned by that heat before, to be honest. It's a
few swimmers doubling up here on the 200 freestyle and on the 50. There's the last heat. Angel Esposito, Brogan Hyde, Killian Petch, Sean Ewald, Shane Ryan, Jamie Robertson, Kieran Lennox and Ben Carr. In fact, I think we are missing Kieran Lennox, but we have the rest, and right in the centre, lanes 4 and 5, Sean Ewald, Feyenoord and Shane Ryan from Swim Ireland. Might be the Dutch swimmer, maybe just has the edge here. Is he going to challenge the time of that other Dutch swimmer that we saw earlier? 23. Oh, again in the 23 range, can't argue with that. Shane Ryan in 2nd, Brogan Hyde in 3rd.
It's going to be a good final. Very good final. So let's see who's made it. This is the skins, remember. Completely different kettle of fish, the skins. You've got to do 3 or 4 50s if you're going to get through to the end.
Is the 30-year-old going to be against the teenagers in that final?
Woof.
Jesse Poots.
So there we go. Jean Fern
brilliant.
sneaks into that final, the youngster.
Tie for 9th position as well there, Tony. Do love a swim off.
That's about 4 already. If they're all going to
we
come off.
We don't love half a dozen swim offs.
But there you have the results coming through. So that's going to be some final later on. What a swim there, Jess Poots. Meet records, beat Ben Proud's records. That's a big scalp to take.
Absolutely, Ben Proud, former world champion, of course. So yeah, Jessie Poots, the 30-year-old, showing it to the youngsters here.
Absolutely. Well, and interestingly, in the women's, the female 50 freestyle beforehand, we had a 32-year-old Rebecca Guy going in 2nd or 3rd into the finals. So the 30-somethings are showing everyone how it's done.
When you had the likes of Mark Foster went on,
he did, into
6 Olympic games, and Alison Shepherd, the sprinter, of course, had 5 Olympic games for the GB team. She's our sons are swimming, of course.
Yeah,
we've already seen one of them.
Yep, she's based in Stirling now, Alison.
So sprinters can go on for a while.
They can.
Get better with age.
To a point.
Yeah, well.
So moving now, slightly change of pace onto the 400 free, female 400 free. We've got 4 heats of this morning. And in this first heat we have in lane 3, Catherine Renfrew. In lane 4 we've got Mary Mishenko. Catherine's Perth City, Mary's University of Aberdeen. Alexandra Bula from Taquet in lane 5, and Katie Noble is in lane 6. So, time to breathe. Not for these 4 swimmers though. They're going to be out of that by the end of this race, I would think. It's a tough one, the 400. It's not a distance and it's not a sprint, and it's sort of somewhere in between, isn't it? It's a sort of semi-sprint for 400, which is really tough going.
I liked a 400. I did quite like to swim these kind of mid-distance events. But it's a challenge.
It is. You've just got to find out. It's a bit like the distance ones, but you've got to find your pace much quicker and faster and hold it. So it's a real challenge of sprint, sort of mix between sprint and pace.
This looks like a good contest, this one, for the first heat. Not much in it at all, less than a second between all 4. Katie Noble with that early lead, just 7 100s ahead of Catherine Renfrew, and Alexander Bullitt in 3rd position, but only a 10th or so behind, so no one out of it yet. Mary Mischenko had the fastest entry time, 4:31.00, and she goes in the centre, University of Aberdeen performance, so still very much in the mix as they go over at the 150 mark. It is still Katie, was just ahead again by 0.3 of a second. Alexandra Bullitt still in 3rd, 5 100s ahead of Catherine Renfrew. So everyone's still there, Tony, as they come up to the halfway point, but things getting a little bit elongated now, but not beyond the realms.
Within touch. I mean, it's still a body length, isn't it, really? Mary still a body length down, and nothing between Alexandra from Lincoln, Pentaqua, and Katie Noble, really. 0.03. Catherine Renfrew not that far behind either. Catherine's our national age group champion, where she swam the entry time nearly a year ago, and maybe the 2 English swimmers in 5 and 6 are starting to edge a little bit, but it's still almost 2 races where they're side by side, for
So
first and
it's
second and
developed,
third
yeah.
and fourth.
Yeah, very close, 4 100s there. Like I said, to from the north of England, the northeast almost. It's quite an easy little jaunt up the road for
That's
the
good, yeah.
swimmers in the northeast of England, and we have quite big contingents here that we've seen year on year. So it's always good to see the north of England swimmers up here competing.
Yeah, come up for Scottish short course as well, just before Christmas. Big strong contingent from clubs across the region, but it's still really not a lot between Alexandra and Katie. They have now pulled away from Catherine and Mary, so there's definitely two distinct little races going on. Mary's now edged away from Catherine, but not a lot between Alexandra and Katie Noble.
We're almost in sync there as they're going up towards this last turn, pacing exactly the same times. Their arm strokes going over together as they come into that final turn, just on the 4-minute mark. 4:01 actually for Alexandra Bullock, just ahead of Katie Noble. 0.2 of a second is the gap, and it was Katie with a good turn though, and that's taken her back into the lead.
Finalist here last year in the junior final, Katie, and she's doing what she can to get in there again, and she's really pulled away on this. Well, not really, but she's definitely pulled away on this last 50 from Alexandra, and 4:32 entry. She's not going to be that far off that at all. 4:33.82, so just over a second over her entry for Katie. I would think that's got her in a good shout for a junior final again this year, but we'll just have to watch. Lots of fast juniors coming this morning as well as this afternoon. Alexandra second, and it was Mary Mashenko just edging out. Battle of the Scots there. 4:38.32.
It's almost that last turn that kind of clinched it there for Katie. She went in behind, but when they came out into their strokes, she had that little bit of an advantage and she didn't give it up. And as they went into those final stages, Alexandra Bullock not too far behind there, but Katie Noble taking that one, the youngster in that field. And the second heat is about to go. So we have that red costume Georgia Dickey from Dumfries. Sarah Kravich from East Lothian goes in line 2. Elizabeth Land, another Newcastle swimmer, she goes in 3. Sophie Main from Edinburgh University in 4. Emily Maxwell goes in line 5 for Derwentside. Molly Fisher, City of Manchester Aquatic in 6. Alice Forrest from Derwentside in 7. And Layla Flower from University of Bath goes in lane number 8. We had a little bit of a scoreboard issue there, but I think we're up and running again just in time for the race. Don't think we have Molly Fisher in lane number 6, but the rest of the field are all there, and it is another one of the Newcastle swimmers. Elizabeth Land off to a good start actually in lane number 3. Entry time from her 4:28, so again very close in terms of entry time all the way across the field, just 2 seconds separating everyone. And well, it's all kind of not much of a pattern here as they go over the 100. I like to see straight lines.
Yeah, no, either diagonal or across.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the, but this is absolutely not one of them. It's what you call randomised.
Almost a couple of head-to-heads forming on either side of the pool, but lane 3, Elizabeth Land looking very good. Another one of these 15-year-olds, Zara Kravich, also 15. Alice Forrest in lane number 7, also 15 years of age. So the youngsters, big presence in this field. The oldest in the field, Sophie Main and Lila Flower, just 20.
With strong swimming here from Elizabeth. Got a healthy lead, but lane 7, as you said, Alice Forrest, one of those crop of 15s, is starting to edge a little bit back. She was finalist of the British Summer Champs. Alice was a junior finalist here again last year as well, and she's just making sure Elizabeth doesn't get too far away. And 2:11.32, So they're all, look at that, they're all roughly swimming the same pace now. They're just slightly different places across the pool. That's going to happen this third 100. Often can see people just make a bit of a break on the third 100. They're feeling paced it well in the first two, and that's just push it a little on the third. And maybe Elizabeth and Alice are now the two fastest in the pool according to those splits. They're about half a second up on Emily and Sophie.
Alice has kind of picked up by 0.2 of a second over the last couple of 50s there, so she's closed up by half a second. The lead is, well, you can see it, it's just diminishing here as we go into this final 100.
And Sophie Main is coming back a little, I think. Not going to have enough time, I don't think, to catch them, but it does feel that she has picked up slightly. And so she's one of the faster in the pool, but she's not going to have enough pool time, I don't think, to make huge inroads. And it does look like it's between Alice Forrest and Elizabeth Land. Emily Maxwell is still working hard there, and if looks like it's these three. The favourites would be Elizabeth and Alice, and Alice does turn. They've all picked up the pace, so she is now second up on Elizabeth Alice. She's really pulled away on that 50, as you can see. Emily and Sophie coming back. It's now Emily who's going to be challenging for second. I think she got enough to catch up Alice Forrest. I don't think she's got enough pool to do that, but she's really come strong in this final 100. 17-year-old Emily Maxwell won her regional championships, but it is Alice Forrest, Derwent side, who takes that one 4:29.65, so just under her entry. So it's good swimming from Emily Maxwell. Takes second, fast finishing there, 4:30.96, with Elizabeth Land just holding off Sophie Main to take third.
Yeah, it was a nice pace swim there from Alice Forrest. She just behind at the halfway point, but she kind of hit the lead in the later stages of that one, so a good swim from her to take that second heat. Two more heats to come in this 400 freestyle. We're on to the seeded swimmers now, so some of the bigger names, some of the favourites for the titles will go in these last two heats. Middle large from Villefranche will go in lane number 1. Mari Craig from Edinburgh University in 2. Victoria Catterson from Swim Ireland in 3. Michaela Glenister and Lucy Hope in the centre of the pool in 4 and 5. They from Stirling University. At 6 and 7 are the University of Bath swimmers Anna Farrow and Louise Ashford. And Susie McNair from Stirling goes in lane number 8. Again, two swimmers in the centre from Stirling University. Kayla Glenister with that fastest entry time, 4:14.56. Just behind her was Lucy Hope in 4:15.10. Again, Lucy Hope, another one of the swimmers who's been on World Championship duty recently. Again, one we're trying to make her way to the Olympic Games with those trials coming up. Certainly in the kind of shorter distances in freestyle, 200 freestyle, we've seen Lucy Hope in recent years.
I wouldn't normally have associated her with a 400, but she was 10th at the European short course, so you know.
Well, she's no slouch then.
So no, that's my bad memory rather than anything else. So they've just started to draw a little bit level. She got off to a faster start than the rest, but Michaela Glenster and Victoria Catterson, Irish swimmer, and also maybe here in lane 2, Mary Craig from Edinburgh Uni. So there's still sort of 4 or 5 swimmers still in the match, all doing 33. Very close on that 50 split there for the 4 or 5 swimmers. So see if it stretches out a little bit further as we go through this race.
So just 2 seeded heats in this one, Tony, of course. So maybe if you make your way into the top 4, that's got to be your target. Top 3 would probably guarantee your
Think
place in that super final, wouldn't it?
Well, as before, the last guys in the last heat kind of know what they're aiming at, so you'd think 3 would have to be a safer bet, just to give yourself as good a chance. Nothing between them. Yeah.
Way, yeah. 2:10.20 between the leading 2. Lucy Hope. Oh, we're talking about the colours on the scoreboard. Lucy Hope, absolutely the same pace as she did, the same split as she did for the last 250s. 33.65.
Can she make it 3 in a row? No, she went faster.
0.2 of a second faster for Lucy Hope there, 33.43, but the other 2 were a little bit faster as well. That was Victoria Catterson going well, Michaela Glenister. These 3 looking set for the top 3 positions.
Yeah.
And
She was just edging away, isn't she? That third 100.
Catterson doing well.
She turns, she's now got a second and a bit, so she's really had a good third 100 there, Victoria. 23-year-old from Swim Ireland, just making sure.
It's interesting, tussle for 4th position there behind the leading 3. This could be an important contest for the 4th place. Anna Farrow going well in lane number 6. Mary Craig going well in lane number 2 as well. So if any of them could clinch 4th place, they've given themselves a chance of that top final tonight. But Catterson looking good, Hope looking good, Glenister looking good, and just stretching away from the others, with Farrow probably maintaining that advantage in 4th place.
She's just pulled away a little bit from Mary, trying to get a bit of clear water between her and Mary for that 4th place, but she's going to be more touch and go for this super final, and it's really tightened up at the end here. That came out of nowhere, and it was still just Victoria Catterson, Lucy Hope and Michaela Glenister finishing fast. 4:22.2, 4:22.3, 4:22.48. So that's the benchmark for that final. Anna Farrow will have to just wait a while.
Only 5 swimmers under the 4:30 there, so that just puts it into perspective. That previous heat, 4:29.
Yep.
Well, the youngster there, Alice Forrest. There's the final heat of this 400. Danielle Farrell from National Centre of Limerick, Amy Monks from Swansea University, Yara Kalmthout from Netherlands goes in lane number 3. Valentine Leclerc from Leisure Verne, Maria Godden, Swim Ireland, Henrietta Damassa from City of Manchester Aquatic, Phoebe Arbuckle from Warrender, and Ella Smith from Borough of Stockton. That's the lineup for this final heat. Valentine Leclerc from Auvergne, fastest entry time, and she was here last year, finalist last year. The French swimmer being headed at the moment by Amy Monks, who goes in lane number 2.
She's a good young talent, just missed a medal at the European Juniors last year, Valentine. And so it's lane 2 though. Amy Monks, Swansea University. Won the junior British final last year, Amy. And it is Amy in the lead, 103.08, just ahead of Valentine. And, but it's still pretty close. We've got Yara Kalmthout, Netherlands, still up there. Also going Maria Godden, the Irish swimmer, in 7. Phoebe Arbuckle, Warrender swimmer. More 15 and 800. Got the Scottish junior record for 1500 short course, Phoebe. She's come down the distance here, and she's trying to keep up with these guys. She'll be on the cusp of that super final if she can go, but it's Still in lane 4 now. Amy Monks has gone back a little bit in the field, and it's Valentine Leclerc, French swimmer. It's definitely going to turn at the halfway mark in the lead.
There's a few more in contention. This one, 5 swimmers probably are there or thereabouts trying to make their way into that super final tonight.
Yeah.
So again,
fifth time is currently 4:26, isn't it? So
26. Well, as you said, Tony, they'll know what they've got to do
yeah.
as they go into the second half of this one. So we're all about what, 2:10ish, 2:11
Yep.
possibly at the halfway point. Apart from the leader, who was under the 2:10 mark, of course, and Valentine Leclerc leads them through. She's going to make sure she gets to the head of this field. Another that great shot.
Yeah.
That we can see the hands just going in right in the centre. Head very steady, right in the centre of the lane. Good display of middle distance swimming here as they come down to the 300 mark. Beginning to get a little bit stretched out now. Swimmer one lane down from the French leader. Kalmthout from Netherlands now clear in second position. Amy Monks now dropped to third. Maria Godden and Phoebe Arbuckle in 5th and 6th place. Can they get themselves into one of the places for the super final?
I think these top 3 are in. I think 4th and 5th are going to be at the margins. So Amy looking good here. Valentine, sorry, looking strong. And that's a strong third 100 from her. And she's Yara Kalmthout is fastest in the pool at the moment, though. She's pushing back a little on this final 100. I think Valentine has got this one under control. We'll know that she's guaranteed a final place. Yara Kalmthout is pushing hard back at her, though. Clearly deciding that she's just going to go for it in this heat rather than and she's done a good swim, but it is Valentine 4:19.75, 4:19.93, 24 for Amy and 4:25 for Maria. So I think those 4 do get themselves into that super final with the first 4 from the previous
Yeah,
heat.
I think it's 4 and 4. I think it's
it
split,
is.
isn't it?
Yep, almost split down the middle. And Anna Farrow's just going to miss out, but there is pretty sure there's a B final, so
There we have it. Valentine Leclerc was a close finish in the end. As Yara Kalmthout came through very strongly, but just held off by Leclerc, and they are the top 2 for the final. Catterson and Hope and Glenister from that previous heat are in 3rd, 4th and 5th. Amy Monks will make it in as well.
and Anna Farrow did make it, so she was the last swimmer in.
Here's the 16, Susie McNair in 16th position as they stand. Of course, this afternoon's heats to come.
Yep.
That might just throw something into the mix, you never know.
Indeed.
So back to shorter distance. We're going half distance now. 200 breaststroke for the male and open. 4 heats of this one, and here is the first heat. Tom Defanes of University of Bath in 1, Max Fass from City of Stoke in lane number 2, Ben Rogers, University of Aberdeen Performance in 3, Joshua Mitchell from Edinburgh Uni in 4, William Godsall and William Dean from University of Bath, they go in 5 and 6. Tobermory Mackay champion is not there actually in lane number 7, and Rogers Kringelis from City of Glasgow in 8. So we're missing Joshua Mitchell as well in lane number 4. So just 6 swimmers taking the start for this one. So spare lanes there in lanes 4 and 7. So it's kind of left with 2 there in 5 and 6. I have a little bit of a private battle there. University of Bath, William Godsall and William Dean. Max Vass also in the mix on the other side of the pool. City of Stoke, it's pretty close in the early stages.
Yeah, not a lot between them. 2 19-year-olds from Bath, this will be their first year. That set up.
They're coming away now as they come towards the halfway point. Entry times for these two, 2:23 for both of them, just separated by 13/100ths of a second. William Dean has the lead over his namesake, William Godsall. And these two looking good. The Bath University team got a strong presence here.
They do. They also, Mark Skimmings, their head coach, brings a good squad up pretty much every year. Some of the Bath Uni swimmers will be in the, some are I think in the British performance squad, but these two guys will be training with Mark. And not a lot between them at all as they come with 50 to go. Also in lane 1 and 8, so Tom Defane and Royas Crendelis, the youngster from City of Glasgow. He's a junior finalist last year, won the Scottish Summer Meet, Royas, and he's working hard out there to try and pull back to these older swimmers. But no doubt now, lane 5, sorry, William Godsall, the University of Bath swimmer, has really pulled away from his teammate in this last 50 in particular. And he's 2:24.96, so that's just outside his entry. It was William Dean, University of Bath, in second, and it was a Bath 1-2-3. Tom Defane gets to third in the 2:29.20, just edging out Royas Crendelis. Watch out for Royas. Looking at that youth final, I would think got a good chance of getting in there, and that's the Bath Uni 1-2-3.
Two in the outside lanes going well, but it was the ones in the centre lanes who pulled through. Take that one. Second of the 4 heats, and again we're into the seeded heats almost straight away.
In lane 1, Don Bissett, Stirling University, and 2, Bram Zwietsloot, Netherlands. In 3, Andrew Feenan from Limerick Centre, Owen Corby, Swim Ireland in 4, Eugene Cook, Edinburgh Uni in 5, Matthew Garrity, Glasgow City of Glasgow in 7, and Conor Mitchell, Warren swimmer, in lane 8, the swimmer in 6. And it's a strong start from Bram Zwietsloot, the Netherlands swimmer. He finalist last year, 30.05. That's just behind him. In 5, Eugene Cook, Irish swimmer, trains. This is his 3rd or 4th year at Edinburgh Uni, I think. Eugene, and he's trying to hold with Bram Zwietsloot. In between those two, Andrew Feenan, 2 Irish swimmers, Andrew Feenan and Owen Corby. So we've got 3 Irishmen in this second heat.
Again, Tony with 2 heats to come after this one. Finishing at the front of the field could be vital to try and make that final tonight. Cook going well in lane number 5, coming back now. Owen Corby in lane number 4 in the second half of this one. Zwietsloot still there, still in contention. I think Cook might have just stretched it a little bit there as they come into this final turn. It will be Cook just ahead of Zwietsloot, still in second place. Corby coming back at 35.34. It's round about the same split for the 2 Irish swimmers in 4 and 5 in those centre lanes. So Corby got a little bit of work to do. If he can get up to second, they'll be better placed to get a place in that final, but it doesn't look like he's going to catch Cook, because Cook is coming away, and I think it is going to be the 2 Irish swimmers here, one representing Edinburgh University and one Swim Ireland, and it is going to be the Edinburgh Uni man first to the wall, Eugene Cook. Corby in second, Feenan in third, and Zwietsloot dropping to 4th after a good start. Zwietsloot was in second place right up to that final turn and just dropped into 4th place.
Nice from there, Eugene. That's not far off his entry, so he should be pleased with that. Gets a win over his Irish compatriot Owen Corby. Conor Mitchell, youngster there, in about 4th or 5th, so again a good possibility for that youth final, you would think. So we move into the Heat 3. And in this one we have Christian Ryan, University of Bath, another Bath swimmer. Netherlands, Yannick Wieland in 2. Rory Dixon, Stirling Union in 3. Luca Janssen, Netherlands swimmer in 4. George Smith, Stirling Union in 5. Callum Melville, Scottish junior record holder from a couple of years ago, in lane 6. Julius Gustafsson, Tavi Sim in 7, and Emil Moraski, Edinburgh University swimmer, in lane 8.
Yeah, Tavi Sim, that's one of the Swedes this time, one of the first times we've seen the Swedes. I think we saw one a little bit early on from Tavi Sim.
We can tick that one off our map chart.
Right.
Sorry, not our map chart, our flag chart. But it's George Smith, Stirling University swimmer, podium potential, and one of British summer champs last year, and there or thereabouts in British breaststroke swimming. It's a strong list of competitors he has against him, but he's looking good, the Stirling swimmer, on this one. Also good IMer, 106.17, slightly down on the previous. Head of Luca Janssen. He was a silver medalist at the European Championships last year, so expect him to come back strong in this one. And also Callum Melville in 6 is looking strong as well. So it's George, Luca and Callum who are at the moment taking this one out, with the rest of the field a little bit behind. Lane 8 going well, Emil Moraski from Edinburgh Uni, but it's still George Smith. That lead is slightly down a little, but not a lot. Good turn from Luca, Dutch swimmer. As we come up to the last 25, George has put on a bit of a burn on this last 50, coming back well in 1. Christian Ryan, University of Bath, and in lane 3 Rory Dixon, and Rory's really come strong in this last 50. Definitely going to be George Smith, but it could be Rory, or is it going to be Christian who takes second?
Oh, yeah.
It is Rory. 2:17.7 is the first, 2:20.52 for Rory. Paced that very well. And coming in third, Luca Janssen. I suspect he's got a lot in the butt tank. 10 seconds down on his entry. 2:20.63, just edging out Christian Ryan there.
Well, he certainly did have a good last 50, didn't he, George Smith? Much faster than the rest of the field. Rory Dixon also with a good swim as well, and Janssen will have a little bit of a nervous wait for this last heat to come. So we see Lewis Weeks from University of Bath, Liam Davis from Edinburgh Uni, Steinleuter from Netherlands, James Wilby in the centre lane from Loughborough Performance, Ivo Cruz from Netherlands in 5, Liam O'Connor and Matthew Hans from Ireland in 6 and 7, and Charlie Trotman from Edinburgh University in lane number 8. Well, James Wilby in the water, we spoke about him a little bit earlier in the introduction to the session today. Again, one of the top performers across the world for many years now, trying to make it to another Olympic Games, and in recent years had some outstanding success. Great Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Remember him in the Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast as well, just getting in feels ahead like of Ross Murdoch. On that occasion they had some great battles on this 200 breaststroke. But James Wilby, he's one that we've seen here at Edinburgh International. Yeah, he's the record holder in this one.
Yeah, he is.
Edinburgh International record holder in 2:09.47. So he's a regular visitor here to the Edinburgh International. And that red cap of James Wilby stretching ahead at the front of the field. Just next to him, one lane up, Ivo Cruz in lane number 5, also going well, Steinleuter and Liam Davis. But it is James Wilby.
Looks strong in that shot, doesn't he? Really good. Really precise, neat technique there.
Yeah, it's comfortable for James Wilby. As we said, he's that record holder, meet record holder at 209.47. I think fastest time we've seen before, Usain Cook in 2:15.71. He's going to be there or thereabouts, I think, Wilby.
Yeah. And Evo, European Championship finalist as well. Just been pulling back a little. I suggest James has just eased off a little bit in that last 50. And he comes in looking pretty comfortable. 2:14.58, that is the fastest time. Evo, just under Usain Cook's time. And Liam Davis getting in third there. So this is...
What we're talking about now, Tony, just under the 220 mark, maybe under 219 possibly. I'm not sure if Steenlouter's going to make it. He might just sneak in here. Will be confirmed as the winner.
Drum roll, there we go. And he is. Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Just in. And
Just
that's your
ahead of his
top
teammate.
8. Yeah, Bram went out hard and just tied up a little, so he's out. Callum Melville getting into that B final. Liam O'Connor is the 16th swimmer. And then the remaining swimmers there, some of whom are juniors, so we'll see how the youth final goes. But that's, I suspect, a number of those 200 breaststrokers have got a little bit more in the tank. Oh, I thought that was telling us there was a swim off there.
No. It's the
Calm
two
down.
swimmers that didn't take.
Calm down,
You're getting
Mr.
excited
Rose.
there.
Calm down.
You're getting excited.
Not a swim off, it's the female 100 breaststroke.
You haven't heard about the song. Should we ask someone? I wonder if someone's going to tell
I
us.
just usually do what I'm told. So.
Oh yeah. Just have to react.
And there's 5 heats here. Female 100 breaststroke in this first heat. Niamh Savary, Newcastle in 2. Zara Smith, Warren de Bass in 3. Her teammate May Rogers in 4. Elia Robertson, South Ayrshire in 5. Ciara Davidson, the Edinburgh University swimmer in 6. And Ella McGeorge, Stepbrook in lane 7. So youngsters in here, all the exception of Ciara. All these are in the youth category. Not a lot at all between them. Only 0.9 in the entry times, and that's bearing out here. Maybe lane 7, Ella McGeorge, Stepbrook. Up there in St Andrews, but really not a lot there. And half a second between, maybe a second between them all. So not a lot between them. And medalist last year at the Ella McGeorge, medalist at Scottish Summer Meet last year, was a junior finalist in this event last year as well. And she's gone out nicely, maybe in lane 5 as well. The Robinson trio of sisters, Ailey, still at South Ayrshire, just edging behind Ella McGeorge by 1/100th.
1/100th there.
With May Rogers touching in 3rd place in a 1:16.68. So all slightly down on their entry, but not too much. And it's Ella McGeorge there. Just got the touch on that one.
Yeah, nice close contest there to start us off the 5 heats of this 100 breaststroke. So the next heat, Emily McGee from Dundee City Aquatic M1, Amy McLeod, City of Glasgow in 2, Erin Taylor in lane 3 from Finns, Denise Elena Gogu from City of Manchester Aquatic in 4, Ellie Kennedy, City of Glasgow in 5, Louise Edmonds in 6, Edinburgh Uni, Lana Burns-Atkin from Swim Ireland in 7, and Rebecca Reid from Aberdeen in lane number 8. Nice start from Louise Edmonds, going in lane number 6 there, just on the top of those 2 yellow marked lanes. And in the centre, 2 swimmers in the centre actually had the same entry time. Denise Elena Gogu and Ellie Kennedy both entered on 1:12.90, but it's Edmonds with the edge here with half a second advantage on that first 50 there, halfway point.
not a lot between Ellie and Denise Alina on that 50. Close going in, close in the race. But Louise is looking good here. She's stuck to this. Also going well in 1. Emily McGee, Dundee City Aquatics. And I think Louise is tying up a little, and the rest of the field are catching her. And I think it might be lane 1. Emily McGee, very close as well with lane 3, Erin Taylor. But I think it's going to be Emily McGee. 1:14.07. Just off her entry time. Fashion swim from her out there in the outside lane. It was Erin Taylor who came through at the end. 1:14.55 strongly. And Ellie Kennedy just edged third. City of Glasgow swimmer. 1:15.08. That was a good finish there from Emily.
It was good spot there from lane number 1, Emily McGee. Emily, Erin and Ellie. To have your name needed to start with an E if you were going to do well on that one. Heat number 3, we have Grace Davison in lane number 1, Swim Ireland, closest to her Solwyn Cook from Edinburgh University. In 2, Amir Doyle from National Centre Limerick. In 3, Imogen Clark from Derby Excel. In 4, Anna Morgan, Edinburgh University. In 5, Joanna Spinner from University of Bath. In 6, Ava Jones from Swim Ireland in lane number 7, the youngest in the field at 16. And Justin Brock from Thionville in lane number 8. Well, again, we're into the seeded heats now. Imogen Clark and Anna Morgan will be 2 favourites for this one. Imogen Clark has gone off very strong indeed. Almost better known as a 50 specialist, but of course 50's not going to be in the Olympic Games, 50 breaststroke, so going to have to try and make it on the 100 breaststroke, and she's going really well in the early stages here, Imogen Clark.
So cracking swim here. She was a finalist in this at the European Short Course and won the British Short Summer Championships last year, and she's gone really well. One entry time was 1:07.35. It's going to be over that, but it's a fantastic heat swim there. 1:10.06. Touches out Anna Morgan, the Edinburgh University swimmer. 1:10.86, and Emer Doyle just edging out Irish compatriot Olwyn Cook by 100th in a 1:11.71.
That's a good comeback there from Anna Morgan. That was a real pace on that first 50 from Imogen Clark. It all closed up a bit at the end. And here is the heat number 4 about to come.
In this one, Erin Robertson, Basingstoke in 1, Katie Goodburn, Edinburgh Uni in 2, Lily Booker, Loughborough Performance in 3, Angard Evans, Stirling Uni in 4, Eve Coyne, National Centre for Dublin in 5, Anastasia Urbaniak, Thionville in 6, Laura Kinley, Isle of Man in 7, and Niamh Connery, Swim Ireland in lane 8, no 7, sorry. So Laura Kinley is not here. Good start in 4. Angard Evans, Stirling University swimmer. Entered in a 1:07, but actually beat that at the Bucks Championships just a few weeks ago in Sheffield. And she's on good form at the moment. She was second at the Geneva International as well. And she's done well with her move on swimming at Stirling. Bronze medalist at the British Championships. So right up there. We'll have Olympic trials in her sights as well. She's coming good at the right time, and she's definitely got a clear lead here from Lily Booker and Niamh Coyne. 1:10.06 I think was that first heat's time. She's going to get nicely under that, and that's a good swim. 1:08.27. That's a good swim in the heats here. Second, Niamh Coyne, 1:10.13 with Lily Booker edging in third, 1:10.46. So those 3 are all in that top 6 at the moment, I would say, with another heat to go. So this is going to be tight as we move into the final heat of this female 100 breaststroke.
Yeah, Katie Shanahan back in the water again. She goes in at lane number 1. Ailsa MacDonald, Edinburgh University. In 2, Ellie McCartney, Swim Ireland. In 3, Cara Hanlon, Edinburgh University. In 4, Leah Slosson from City of Leeds. In 5, Ashna Droffelaar from Netherlands. In 6, Ashley Ransom from Hatfield in 7, and Lola Malik goes in lane number 8 from Thionville. Well, Cara Hanlon's got a Shrekker older. He goes in lane number 4. She will be hoping to claim that place in the super final. She had a great contest in the 100 breaststroke in the Bucks Championships just recently.
He did.
And Karen Evans winning that one, but it was all pretty tight
It was.
between the top 4 swimmers in that one. Cara Hanlon, I think, just missed out in the medals in that occasion, but she's leading at the moment. Leah Slauson in 2nd position, Ellie McCartney in 3rd place, and Droffelaar in 4th. But it's the swimmers in the centre. Looks like Cara Hanlon has got this one sewn up. Another one of these swimmers who's really come to the fore over the last 2 or 3 years. Cara Hanlon trying to make her way, obviously, to her first Olympic Games, and so it looks like she is going to be first to the wall in this heat.
Nice swim there.
1:07.67.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, that's a good heat swim from Cara. That heat was significantly faster. All 3 of those under 1:10. It's going to be tight to get in this super final this afternoon, this evening. That's a nice heat swim from Cara Hanlon there. Leah Slauson, younger sister of Cara, Edinburgh uni swimmer, and Ellie McCartney, the Irish swimmer, getting 3rd. So let's wait and see.
Those top 3 will be in, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those ones quite safely.
So Anna Morgan missing out. Despite that fast finish in that previous heat, she just gets edged out by Anna Droffelaar. Justine Brock, 100th away from a swim off with Erin Robertson, but it is. And that's the top 16 at the moment in that Super and B final. Wait to see what happens this afternoon, and also with the youth final. But we're moving on now to the final event of this morning's swimming.
Well, possibly.
Okay.
Unless there's a swim off.
Yeah.
We will have to check. I'll go and check, Tony.
Okay,
you hold
do
the
that.
fort.
I'll hold the fort. Male and Open 200 IM. We've got 5 heats here. In this first heat we have Roya Skringelis, City of Glasgow in 1, Rory Young, City of Glasgow in 2, Jack Mitchell, University of Aberdeen Performance in 3, Nathan Holmes, Uni of Bath in 4, Julius Gustafsson, Tabby Sim in 5, Thomas Traynor, East Kilbride in 6, Ben Rogers, Aberdeen Performance in 7. So what news?
The news is no news.
Okay.
There is no swim off as yet that we are aware of.
Well,
so those reserve swimmers, either there's going to be a little bit later on until they wait for the official results, all the results to come in, or they're just going to decide who's got the top spot.
So we should make the most of these last 5 heats then. It could be the last swims of this morning session. And it's Nathan Holmes, who is the fastest entrant into this heat. University of Bath swimmer, who just ahead there, Jack Mitchell in lane 3. Strong backstroke already from Thomas Traynor, East Kilbride swimmer. He's come back well on this backstroke leg, and he's catching up with Nathan Holmes, but it's still going to be Nathan, I think, who's going to touch at the halfway mark, 102.92.
We'll see if there's any of the breaststrokers in the field can make any inroads to this lead. Nice start there for Nathan Holmes. In the middle.
Royson 1 should, but he's got a lot of work to do.
Yes. Soul destroying when you
Well, not sure which
a breaststroker and you turn on the backstroke and you see that huge gap in front of you. And oh my goodness!
Although I'm not sure whether that's any worse than being a flying backstroker and seeing everyone go flying past you on the breaststroke.
That's
so
well, it's
that's
close up.
my experience of these things.
Thomas Traynor just pulling up alongside Nathan Holmes there, almost took the advantage. They go on to the freestyle.
Oh, it's good finish here. Thomas has got the momentum, hasn't he? That's often the thing on this IM. You may not catch up on the breaststroke, but when you're coming in hard and you're on fast coming in the breaststroke, it gives you great momentum into the freestyle, and that's exactly what's happened with Thomas here. And he's taken 2 or 3 meters off Nathan Holmes 2:14.5. So that's an
good
improvement
time
on his entry for him. Just, but that's an improvement. So well done, Thomas, 17-year-old from East Kilbride. Scottish Academy medal. Nathan Holmes second, and it was Rory Young, City of Glasgow swimmer, once of this parish with Heart of Midlothian. Rory coming in with a 2:19.10.
We spoke about Alison Shepherd a little bit earlier.
Yep.
We've got our son here, Logan van der Meulen from Stirling, going in lane number 1. Conor Mitchell from Warrender. That red familiar cap of Warrender Baths goes in lane 2. Matthew Han from Swim Ireland in 3. Robert Burgess, Edinburgh University in 4. Mika van Bleur, University of Aberdeen Performance, goes in lane number 5. First of the para swimmers we are seeing here at this competition is Cameron Verncombe of Manchester Performance. He goes in lane 6. Sigrid Olav Bergstrom from Randaberg goes in 7, and Tom Defanes goes for University of Bath in lane number 8. Cameron Verncombe in lane 6. He swims in the SM14 classification, so we'll see some para swimmers in the session this afternoon. But you see that the class numbers 1 to 10 are those with physical impairments, 11 to 13 those with visual impairments, and the class 14s are those with intellectual impairments. So that is the class that Cameron Verncombe swims in, and he's well placed at the moment behind Robert Burgess and Logan van der Meulen. Again, he's another Great Britain internationalist, swam in the World Championships last year, hoping to make his first Paralympic Games at the trials in just a few weeks' time.
Good. And he's gone well. Robert's just maintained that lead. First year at Edinburgh Uni this year, Robert, more known as a backstroker, but his IM has really picked up in the last 12-18 months, and he's managed to maintain that lead on this breaststroke. Come from City of Glasgow, but he's been in the lead right all the way through this one, Robert, and he's still got a second and a half over Cameron Verncombe, and also going well in 1 here. It is Logan van der Meulen, and the 17-year-old from Stirling was a finalist at the British Summer Championships in this event, and he's really working hard, the 17-year-old from Stirling, in this last 50. Look at those legs go. Has Robert done enough to hold on? Oh, it's going to be tight, and he may have done. He doesn't. 2:11.77, and that is nearly a second and a half improvement. That was a super heat swim. Robert just edged out, but super swim from Logan.
That was such a good freestyle, wasn't it?
He really
looked
motored.
Strong right from the off on that freestyle. Logan van der Meulen taking it ahead of the long-time leader, Robert Burgess. And that is the second heat. We move on to heat number 3. Again, a big presence from Stirling University. A couple of French swimmers closest to us, Théo Malfray and Evan Galimichon from Ville France and Ligue of Air. 3 from Stirling. In the middle, Tony Joe Trett Oliver, Evan Jones and Jack McMillan. Isaac Dodds from University of Bath goes in lane number 6. Lewis Maxwell Derwent's side in 7, and Rhys Blackett from Newcastle goes in lane number 8. So this is the first of the 3 seeded heats. 3 teenagers in the outside lanes, the 2 French swimmers in 1 and 2, and Rhys Blackett in lane number 8. But Evan Jones, Jack McMillan in the centre there. A few of these swimmers doubling up, Tony. We've seen them in the 200 freestyle a little bit earlier on.
Yep, and some in the 200 breaststroke as well. So it's tough if you're doing that doubling up. But yeah, it's Evan Jones was a finalist at that European under 23 that I talked about earlier, and he did his entry time at that meet. Evan Jones 31.7, just ahead of Jack McMillan. 57.97, so that's not surprisingly 95, sorry, the fastest so far. Evan coming away on this breaststroke. Tony Joe, strong breaststroke as well, so he'll come back on this one. And it's Evan and Tony Joe who are taking this one on. Jack McMillan will come back strong on the freestyle, I'm sure, but Tony Joe and Evan are no slouches on the freestyle, so good breaststroke from Tony, you'd expect that. He's just about half a second faster, but it's Evan and Tony Joe coming back hard. He's pushing hard on this one. They are swimming for that super final. They want to be pushing themselves high up as they can. It looks like it's going to be Evan. 2:01.5 is his entry. He was 6th in this event last year. He's going to get another shot at a final, I'm pretty sure, with that win in this heat. 2:05.72. It's a strong, solid heat swim from him. Tony Joe is second, half a second exactly behind. Coming back a bit on that freestyle. Jack McMillan, fast finish there, but not quite enough to catch up Tony Joe. He takes third, so just keep an eye on that. 2:06.95 is what the next two heats are gunning for.
2:06 is there for the top three, so yeah, it could be a good target for the heats. Again, you would think that swimmers in these heats capable of going that time, but
From their
at
entries.
this time of the season, the morning heats, you just never know, do you?
There's at least 10 of them in the next two heats that could do that, but let's see. Into this fourth heat, Sam Williamson, University of Bath in 1, Casper Pugard, Hoofstaden in 2, Angus Allison, Stirling University in 3, Joe Litchfield, Loughborough in 4, Andrew Bertoli, Stirling Uni in 5, Niels Diekshoen from Netherlands in 7, and Tom Robinson in lane 8, the University of Aberdeen performance swimmer.
Again,
And it is
Joe Litchfield, yeah, it's, again, we've seen him back in the water again. We saw him swim a little bit earlier on this morning. Loughborough performance, probably the Litchfields made their name as individual medley swimmers, didn't they? And Joe Litchfield, Max Litchfield, of course, incredibly successful in recent times. So Joe Litchfield going off to a very, very good start here. Move on to the breaststroke, challenged by Casper Pugard, possibly in second place there. 58.98 for him at the halfway point, but he's a second behind Litchfield. Andrew Bertoli in third position, and wonder if any other breaststrokers can come back now, but Litchfield is looking supreme on this
He does
breaststroke.
look very, very strong, doesn't he? He's not got a weak stroke really, and he's maintained that. Sam Williamson, Bath swimmers, really come through in lane 1, and he's the one that's kind of pulled the pack back in, but it's Joe, 35.5, way ahead, fastest breaststroker in the pool, and that's a super swim here from Joe. Nice shot there, very balanced. Andrew Bertoli maybe on his outside, Stirling Uni swimmer, has really picked up his IM as well in the last 2 or 3 years. Was more a fly swimmer, but has definitely picked up his range across the strokes, and he's going to get second here. And actually in 2:05.52, so just under previous heat. Andrew Bertoli, 2:07.85, so slower than the top 3 in that previous heat, but he's still now 5th. Sam Williamson, he's going to be sitting chewing his nails for the next little while to see whether this next heat picks up the pace.
It's a pretty close contest we've seen in those last couple of heats. Yep. We have the final action of this morning's session. Don't think we have any swim-offs. Our colleagues have not told us about that if we do. Well, in this final heat we have Jay Manners from Derwentside, Ben Twynham from Derby XL, Evan Davidson, Perth City, Duncan Scott representing Stirling University, he goes in 4, Thomas Janssen from Netherlands in 5, Piers Greening and Josh Press, they go in 6 and 7, and William Godsall in the outside lane, University of Bath in lane number 8. Again, Duncan Scott, one of his target events, you would say, this year. Olympic silver medalist of course, in this one back in Tokyo. I've seen him in the 200 freestyle earlier. 200
Reigning
IM.
Commonwealth Games champion as well. And I remember when he wasn't IM, he was mainly freestyle for a while, wasn't he? And then IM's just come through, and I remember listening to him talk about when he was training with people like Ross Murdoch and things, that, you know, it was brilliant for him and his IM, because he was able just to train with in the squad somebody who was a backstroker, a breaststroker, and it was really pulled on his IM. And Ross Murdoch was saying that he knew he was in trouble when Duncan used to start keeping up with him breaststroke training. And,
well, he doesn't have a weak stroke.
he doesn't. No,
you
not
would
at
think
all.
it was probably. might have said it was a breaststroke in the old days,
But not now.
not now.
It's breaststroke.
Absolutely not.
If anything, it's maybe his backstroke, but even still, all 4 strokes. A bit like Joe in that previous heat, you know, not a weak link at all, and he's looking really strong here. Thomas Janssen, Netherlands, trying to keep up with him, also going well in 2. Ben Twynham from Derby, and that's the 1, 2, 3. So that breaststroke for Duncan is about a second slower than Joe did in that previous heat. So when we get to the final this evening, that might be where Joe might want to be pulling back. But imperious looking here from Duncan. I'm sure he is trying a wee bit, but it really doesn't look like it, does it?
He always seems to be on the right end of these touches in the heats, doesn't he? We saw in the 200 freestyle, it was almost a blanket finish between 4 of them, and Duncan was first to the wall again. He's won that close touch as well, and that'll be the fastest time that we will see.
Indeed.
From the heats. 204.00. Thomas Janssen in second, 204.85. They will be safely into the final in 1 and 2, I think. So it's just faster than Joe Litchfield in that previous heat.
Indeed.
Ben Twynham, I think, might just miss out.
He's in.
Oh no, he's in. Oh, look at that.
So it's Sam Williamson, the Bath swimmer, who's finished strongly in the previous heats, just the one who misses out on that super final. But there are B finals, so up to 16 there should be the initial finalists. We'll have to wait until the afternoon session to confirm that, but I think that is one more page of swimmers, and that is us. That's our final. Just scouting around in the pool, it doesn't look like there's any swimmers lining up for swim off, so having teased you with that all morning, there's none. So apologies, but hopefully you've enjoyed the swimming that we have had this morning. Some cracking heat swims, and as you can see on the screen there, we'll be back at 12:30, coverage at 12:25 for session 2. Same events, another set of swimmers, being at 12:30 for that. So hopefully you can join Paul and us for that then, and if not, have a good rest of the day. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we will see you or hear from you in an hour or so.
Bye for now.